we go. We got something crazy out of the way. You said something ridiculous, right?
Yeah, this is recording already.
Oh, cool.
We officially
have
have Noctis admitting his love for Espeon. Welcome, guys, to the I'm letting our VTubers do everything the podcast.
Wait, is that why the cards you sent me haven't appeared yet? Do the gods think I'm a non-believer?
I think so.
I'm worried now.
That's probably so. What episode are we on? All right, I'm just gonna start calling every episode. Is it 24? That's 23.
It's 23 or 24. It could be 23.
I'm just calling it not 69 420. So welcome to
season 2, episode
not
3.
69 420 of the Luna Lounge podcast with our VTuber special. We have two of Twitch's most popular VTubers here today. They just happen to have different voices and models. So if you don't recognize them, that's on you for not following them on Twitter.
Obviously.
Hey, they don't know.
I think this is a stretch.
Actually, you know what? Legit, in my book, you two are two of the most popular VTubers on Twitch because I don't watch many. So, in my book, you are.
If you don't know what they look like, you don't know if they have a different account with a different voice and model.
Yeah, I mean, Katherine doesn't have her real username posted there, so
nope,
could be anyone.
Yeah, her first name is obviously Katherine 2. Last name 123.
123. Yes. How did you know?
Yeah, guys, I can't believe we actually have VTuber models on the podcast. I didn't think that was gonna happen. But I paid Noctis $5 and he called some friends on eBay and we made it happen. All right, no details.
It wasn't eBay, it was Fiverr, but okay.
Well, now you just made us less credible.
You just have to be contrary, Noctis.
I know what you're talking about.
Ever credible? Were you ever credible?
The least credible podcast on Twitch. I like that. We'll rack up the awards we have.
Wait, Noctis, you have sound? Did you soundproof your door?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh. I've never seen the door closed before. I know, I've never seen the door closed.
It's
and your
usually closed.
Your cam also cuts off on stream, so I only actually get to ever see that door when you're on Discord call.
Yeah, which I make a point. Like we don't Discord call very often.
We
not with video.
Don't have to remind me.
Well, you know,
I'm
sorry.
It's okay, tFay.
Do not pity him. Do not pity him. Those are fake tears if I've ever seen them.
Feel better is everyone sends me every ghost Pokemon card they have so I can get rid of these lists.
I mean, I can't blame you for that. That's a good way to get Pokemon cards.
Dude, I legitimately have the original files for those lists, so when I get the cards, I can literally tick off the individual cards from the lists. It's great.
See, I started at lunchtime, and what sucks is I was like, oh, I could do that while we're talking on the podcast because it doesn't really take like a whole lot of brain power. And then I realized I didn't send myself the design, so I can't do it because I need it all to be the same. Otherwise, my OCD will make me jump off my house. Can you just
work on saving the pictures and not making the lists?
I guess so, yeah, but it's not the same.
I don't know. Saving the pictures is the worst part of it for me. Making the list is fun. It's like a puzzle and seeing how many pictures I could fit on like one screen.
No, you don't realize how much effort I put into literally anything that goes out. Like any piece of art, anything that I value as art, that I like think is art in my book, I can't put out unless I've double checked it. And I'm not putting out like different PNGs with different backgrounds and stuff like that. Nope. I'll go insane.
You literally didn't even remember to make a border for Calophi until 20 minutes ago when I brought it up to you.
I know, and that's the problem. You said just change it orange, and I changed it to orange. And you know what the problem was? I kept staring at this stupid flower. I'm thinking, I should do something different. And I'm looking at, and I'm still not the same about Katherine's. And if I would have had time, I would have.
What do you mean? Katherine's literally fits the background she's using.
Yeah, but we already used it for Virgo.
Well, what were you
Alright,
gonna do differently for
already used
Catherine?
it.
Put a circle for
I
Japan?
know. We used it twice now, and I can't.
Did you know that
Sorry.
we have the same borders and symbols in our screens every episode, Noctis?
Yes, because it makes sense. Yours is the little Luna bunny, and mine's
So what's wrong
Umbreon.
with
It makes sense.
What's wrong with Catherine being part of the freaking?
Because we already used that for Virgo, and I should do something special for
Okay.
Catherine to make her feel welcome and to thank her
You
for
do
coming
not
on the
stop
podcast.
ruining her Naruto cosplay. All right, she just wants to be a part of the Akatsuki, and suddenly let everyone know that. All right, stop ruining it.
Oh.
Is that a cloud or a pizza slice?
Oh, now you just insulted Noctis's work.
A pizza
Sorry.
slice.
I've
What
actually,
kind of
as much as
Akira
I
pizza
want,
slice is that?
as much as I want to
Well,
insult Noctis, I literally cannot see how that's a pizza slice.
I have it at 160. That's why I can't actually
Okay.
tell.
Any triangle's a pizza slice at 160.
That's why I had to ask. I had to make sure.
I don't
you
even
knew
want to
we were
know
talking
what
about-
Noctis's looks like to you.
It's suggestive.
Tread
Let's just say that.
carefully, okay? Tread carefully. That is my favorite Pokemon, Catherine. You know that.
That's an Espeon?
Yeah, it's clearly an Espeon.
Also, all right, guys, before we start into whatever nonsense we're going to be talking about today,
Why do I come? here?
shameless plug for our community's new trend. We're all obsessed with Pokemon cards now. Yes, I've literally seen it's literally the most active topic on the community now, as everyone is talking about Pokemon cards, and I find it hysterical.
Because everyone has a different favorite Pokemon, and that's what makes it so interesting.
Well, see, before it was like nobody, like, I suggested, to make it like lists and, like looking for your favorite card. People are like, it's like a tFay thing. And then they saw me making giant lists. They're like, okay, I want to do that too. And so now everyone's like, obviously no one's going to have as long list as mine, but like multiple people are saying they're like trying to make their own lists, which I just find really funny.
Well, it's inspiring. And the other idea is if you make that list and put it out there, maybe people will find it. Like Absol and Bisharp, the two Pokemon I talked about earlier, their cards are like really fucking cheap. One of my favorite Houndooms, by the way, is a diamond. It's an uncommon. It's like 50 cents. I imagine someone has it. But it's one of my favorite cards.
Literally, on Sunday, I'm going to go to the collector's shop where it's basically just a whole bunch of collector shit. It's not a card shop, but they have Pokemon cards in like so many garbage bins, basically. And I'm just going to sit myself down saying, all right, give me all the cards. And I'm just going to look through and seeing what cards I can pull, get on like everyone's list and probably pay like nothing for it. So if you're listening to this live and you want me to look for cards for you that are probably worth 10 cents, start up, throw your needs in the channel in the Discord, #Tim's advertisement.
Oh my god, Orlando has so many comic book stores. I am so fucking excited. Oh my god. Never mind. You just got okay.
Do you want to give context for the viewers for the viewers, Noctis?
Yeah, so next week and the week after, I won't be active on Twitch. I will be down in Orlando, Florida, on vacation for the first 2-week vacation I've taken probably since my honeymoon, like 4 years ago. So that'll be.
That sounds fun. Where are you going?
Down to Orlando, Florida. We're going to Universal.
But like where? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're going Universal. Then we're going down to Tampa for a while.
Then we're going to a few comic book shops.
Oh my god, I am going to some comic books. That's the sucky thing about living in Montana. We don't have comic book stores. The one that we have here in the state is in Butte, which no one wants to go to. No, not Butte. Great Falls. No one wants to go to Great Falls. All right.
I will also, as a disclaimer, that also means that next week and the week after, we're replacing Noctis with Hemi. No, I'm just kidding. So we will be taking us, I guess you could say 2-week break from the podcast. I guess I'll have to do normal streams as Noctis tries to ban me.
Delete Discord button, because I swear to God, you don't get to do this without me. This is us.
Yes,
all right. When we finally break up, Lunar Lounge is over. All right.
I mean, I do agree with that concept. I know a lot of other podcasts like when you have to switch the original hosts, just make a new podcast at that point. Like it literally makes
Exactly.
no sense. But I will still be streaming in this time slot. Actually, yeah. So next week is my birthday reward of where I'm doing Tales of Arise the entire week, which is going to include Wednesday night. So if you want to see me play as a girl with pink hair, I know, very original. Tune in for that next week at literally any time I'm streaming, which is every time Noctis is not being happy.
Say what?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy right now. Oh my god, they have these cute. Oh my god,
Okay.
those are
Okay.
adorable.
Noctis.
What's up? Yeah.
All right. I know we have two of the most popular VTubers, but the live chat just asked if we want to have Laz and Scorch back for when you come back for a return stream.
Yeah, hell yeah. That'd be the 20th.
So mark your calendars as we apparently, as you make our lovely VTubers, feel bad. Now they're gonna go back to HoloLive. This is obviously Iron Faust and Kali.
It's very sad for us. Oh, we're doing great, Dapper. Thank you for asking. This is a lot of fun.
No, Catherine, you just responded to live chat. We don't do that.
That
here.
was Calophi. You're talking to the wrong person.
What?
We both did.
You both did? Well, that's what happens when we have chickens in the chat. Let me ban the chicken real quick.
Well, you just talked about Scorch in the chat, so
You did.
But
you
no,
opened the door.
no, that's how you say, like, we have a comment. Like, live chat is telling us right now that they want.
Well, you didn't tell us the rule. I didn't know the rules. Catherine might have known, but I didn't know the rules.
You didn't read the rules we sent you. We sent you a contract. That you
This
were
is
supposed
called
to sign.
Calophi. This is called Calophi confirmed she does not listen to the podcast, but we have to bring it up every week because every guest
No,
does
I
it.
do not.
Oh my god, this place has Nightwing trades. I'm excited.
I'm pretty sure that we can trim the whole beginning of this anyway.
Okay, so for general education for anyone on why are you not supposed to talk. So when people listen to the recording off stream, they can't see the chat. So when you're speaking in response to the chat, the listener has no idea what the heck the person is talking to. So if you're going to acknowledge what's in the chat, you have to sort of refer to them generically and repeat what they're saying so there's context. So I can say, like, the live chat is saying that Noctis is a dick.
Yep, I was
agree.
waiting for it. I knew it. I was like, hey, he's going to work me into this somehow.
Yep.
And it's probably going to be something about Espeon or Umbreon. No, he just straight up called me a dick. But you know what? That's fair. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, that's just even we sometimes succumb to it a little bit. It's just something that we try. Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, I just want to record that they try to throw me under the bus saying I did it. What are they, 5?
Yes.
All VTubers are 5, confirmed.
Pretty
Don't
much.
cancel me on Twitter. No, I don't give a shit if you cancel me on Twitter. I don't use Twitter.
Obviously, that's why they're VTubers, because they can't prove that they're older than 13. Boom, there we go.
All right, legitimately, to do some talk. All right. So for anyone who doesn't know, Calophi and Catherine are both newish streamers. Catherine very newish. And Catherine is technically a full-time VTuber. Calophi's a part-time VTuber. And I thought it'd be really cool to bring on, because literally Calophi inspired the topic, the idea of, she was like, I don't VTube all the time, so I'm not sure I'm a VTuber. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works. We're not gatekeeping VTubing by the VTuber, which makes it even worse. Which I'm seeing a lot on Twitter now, because there were some VTubers who posted a selfie of themselves, like an IRL selfie. And apparently, there was a twit longer made in response of how a guy was literally mad at them because he's like, I have a Twitter account that only follows VTubers because I only want to see VTuber content, and you're flooding it with IRL stuff. And it was like I'm sorry, it was a twit longer. And this was like starting a trend where all the VTubers are now dropping IRL photos, and they're like, dropping in IRL photos because apparently guys were say we're not allowed to. And I'm just
Oh,
like,
I would do the
what?
same thing. I would definitely drop an IRL photo and shun those guys. Yep.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah,
I'm just
fuck,
like,
fuck those guys.
it's like my logic is like, there's no, but again, more to the point of like when you said I don't VTube enough to be a VTuber, Calophi, there is no time ratio requirement to be classified as a VTuber. If you go live and have a VTuber model, as you do, you're a VTuber.
You have a VTube model. To me, that's enough dedicated. If you have the time to make a VTube model and get it all set up,
well, I didn't make my VTube model. But
no, but you have it. But you have it, and you have it set up. To me, that makes you a VTuber. That's that's impressive to me.
Like, all right, let's put an analogy here, right? That's like saying, oh, I don't stream. I'm not a streamer because I don't stream enough hours in the week, and someone else set up my OBS for me. So since I didn't do anything myself and I don't stream enough hours, I'm not a streamer. It's like, it's literally the same logic. Do you stream? And then they're gonna go, oh, but I don't have enough viewers. I don't give a shit. Do you go live? Cam, no cam, model?
But tFay, I only stream once a week. Am I a streamer? Yeah.
Do you know what the verb streamer means? Someone who streams. There's no time requirement.
It is a flowing body of water. That's a streamer. Wait. I might be getting confused.
You ruined your own potential joke, Noctis. All right.
Listen.
There was a joke there, and you threw it away.
Yeah, welcome to you. Like, you knew what you were getting, tFay, when we agreed to do this. You knew what you were getting.
I mean, yeah, you saw the contact I made for you on my phone.
That's fair. That is fair.
Yeah, and for anyone listening, hold up. I need to finish the point. For anyone listening to this, whether in live chat or otherwise, or if you know someone, feel free to send them this clip. All right? I legitimately get so annoyed when people say to others and for themselves that they need a time requirement to be a noun. Like, if you do that, you that. Like, you don't have to be a professional soccer player to be a soccer player, right? You don't have to be partnered on Twitch to be a streamer. All right?
Like, and you don't have to be good at video games to be a pro gamer.
Did you know
my
Noctis?
Entire spiel.
Did you notice that girls are gamers too? Did you know that you don't have to be a guy to be good at games?
No, you literally you have to be a guy to be a gamer. It's like that's what all the letters of guy are in gamer. Go look. Seriously, go look it up. That's just how the world works now.
I think Noctis needs.
What is wrong? What is in this drink? I'm trying to make motivational speeches, and you're like, this is like some weird comedy act. I'm like, let's unite under peace, and Noctis is like, hey man, did you hear about that Call of Duty mod where you fly a dragon? That's Skyrim.
But what I'm hearing here is Noctis wants me to stream snipe him in Fortnite. That's what I'm hearing.
You can try. It won't like. Yeah, but if you beat me in Fortnite, what do you really gain? You don't gain any notoriety. I'm not well known in the Fortnite world.
No. You're creating a YouTube video. All right, VTuber beats non-VTuber at Fortnite, showing VTuber superiority. Obviously, that's how that works.
That sounds like a TikTok that would go viral. Oh yeah, girl gamer beats douchebag bro gamer. That would work. That would work. Wait, nope, that ain't gonna work for me.
Actually,
I feel like I'm gonna get some hate follows.
So as Noctis is being canceled, and I don't want to be I don't want to be too motivational. So let's step away from that for a second. But something of interest that is more relevant because you both are new VTubers that ironically more practice VTubers can't say. What is it like? Can you describe the process for people about how you got your models and set up nowadays? Because getting a model now is way different than how getting a model was beforehand. So we can get some fresh perspective.
Yeah.
Hey, Calophi can go first.
Okay. So I always for a long time I didn't really like VTuber models. I'm really picky. And then I saw, I hope I'm saying it right, UA's models.
Yeah.
She
Is
has
that
really,
tFay's sister?
it might be, yes, maybe. Does
Xeon's
she
his
make
favorite
models?
UA. So for anyone who knows
Yeah,
Xeon's
yeah.
his favorite UA, feel free to tell that to him.
So
Wow.
I saw her models through this community, and they're
Okay.
really expressive and super cute, and I just love them. So I commissioned her like just on a whim. I'm like, I'm gonna do this VTuber thing because I finally found somebody's models I really like. So I commissioned her, and then she, told me what program to download, and then I had to sit here and set it all up. Um, and then I had to move it to another computer, which is why it's a little weird today. It's a little sensitive, and I need to fix it. Um, but yeah, besides commissioning one, there are like free presets you can play with. You could download them and just pop them right into the software, and start playing with settings. Other VTubers made videos on YouTube, and you can follow tutorials really easily. So there's a lot of stuff you could do. A lot of different software you could try, and you just find which one you like. I use VSeeFace, VSeeFace,
So what
and
do
you
you
could
think,
just
tFay, about? I
load
was
the
gonna say
model in.
putting Calophi's V model artist in the description for the YouTube video. I think that'd be kind of cool. What do you think?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that.
Because like if any VTubers were looking to get into it, they might not have an idea of where to get a model from, and maybe they can they can help.
Yeah, and hers are super expressive. It's not cheap to get the more expressive one. I don't have it actually. She has one. She has a service where you can hook it up to your iPhone and get like real time live expressions, not just preset ones. So that's really cool looking. But I don't have an iPhone, so I didn't buy that because it only works when you have the iPhone camera because the iPhone tracks your face. So a lot of people use that.
Okay. So
well-
how about you, Catherine?
I actually I messaged PUA through Twitter, but I wasn't able to get a commission from her. So I went to Fiverr, and I will type in who I
this link will also be in the description below YouTube. Also, this is gonna be a crazy thought. You can go check out the VTubers themselves and ask them on their own streams if you want. Just
Well,
as a
there you go.
reminder, if you don't, you can watch them and enjoy their content.
That's true.
Yes. So I, basically went to other channels within the community and some outside, and I was asking. I was just like that, like annoying child in the corner. Who was like, "How'd you get your model made? And what software are you using? And how are you tracking things?" And like, just asking a whole bunch of technical questions to people, to sort of poll what people liked the best to use, because you can go onto YouTube, as Calophi said, and get a lot of tutorials and recommendations. Um, and I tried a couple different things, but VSeeFace really is the easiest to use. The models, like the easiest to use models, are Vroid models. So this is a Vroid model, and I purchased it from that Fiverr artist for not a lot of money. Obviously, like the truly professional grade avatars are very expensive, and as Calophi
Are
said,
either of you willing? You don't have to if you're not comfortable, but are you willing to say how much you spent
oh yeah, mine
on a
was
model?
$50. Mine was $50.
Give me one sec. I don't remember anymore. I asked for extra stuff on mine.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, no. So I'm sort of doing this because I know Calophi got more features than Catherine did,
Yeah, people
which
to
is good
compare.
because I want people to know there is a spectrum of things. So like
yeah, and I also went
$50
back
is
and
like
got
the
a
game.
costume. So I got a Halloween costume for her too. So I have that also. I'm scrolling back, looking
So
for
yeah, I
it.
got like the simple animations. These are like hotkeyed animations. So you can get it like this is built into my, $50 price. Um
Hmm.
but like I would need tracking for my arms and my legs and the rest of the body. That would require more technology in order to move that. Like Calophi, you can see your hands and that kind of stuff. That requires more tracking. But the artist can like fully rig the avatar, and then you bring in your own technology in order to actually move the rest of your body parts.
Hmm.
Um,
Well,
but I
dude, don't. I mean, what some if anyone's getting into VTubing and they don't want to get like a rigged, limbs and stuff like that, there are so many free assets out there, especially on Twitter, where you can just download things to like give. It sounds weird, but like limbs to your VTuber. Like you can just take a picture of like arms and just slap there in front of your VTuber model, and it looks like your arms are doing something, holding a phone, drawing, whatever. Um,
Hmm.
there was one thing that was trending with VTubers where they do like the legs on the desk thing. So all you do is literally have a picture of legs like propping up at a desk, plop it in front of your VTuber model, and you're like,
Yeah, those
yo,
are cute.
I'm like leaning back and stuff like that. That was super popular. So
Yeah.
even if you want to represent arms for like maybe a short period of time, something like that, it is possible to have something without actually requesting by making the rig to
Yeah.
wave your arms like wacky inflatable tube man. I know who gets that joke.
right.
I gotta be honest.
I
I think I'm
do.
gonna learn as much about VTubers as chat is today because y'all talking a lot of stuff I did not know.
I mean,
I'm gonna be honest.
if you or anyone in the chat has questions, I am not a VTuber, but I weirdly see so much VTuber talk on Twitter, and like just
Oh,
I
yeah.
happen to know VTubers, so I just sort of educate myself, and I don't know, I just sort of learn about it.
Well, I guess I know
think-
I know VTubers, but they almost never talk about the process. They only talk about how awesome and kick ass it is and how many viewers they're raking in because VTubers get all the views, you know?
I mean, you're not wrong. Not necessarily that you have to be VTuber to get the views, but they do like talking about it. I do see that. They are very open though. They're very like VTubers are very community based, in that if you're like, it's almost like if you want to make friends on Twitch, just be a VTuber and you'll make friends, because they basically welcome up. Like, I know one VTuber, I legitimately never watch their stream or talk to them, but they're a zombie VTuber, and they literally just said on Twitter, does anyone else want to make a zombie VTuber community? And they got a flood of responses.
I seen that.
it's
That was
fun.
awesome.
I was like, what? That's what it takes to build a community? Say you
Yep.
have zombie V. It's like very specific, right? Zombie VTubers, not even VTubers
I have
anymore.
a couple people. I have a couple people I follow that are bears. They're bear VTubers. There's a community
Oh.
of them. Yes.
Yeah,
When
there's
you
like
said
community of
bears, my mind
bears.
went to a different place.
I'm
if I'm gonna
sure
be honest.
Catherine could find
No, not
other
that.
wolf
Bear
VTubers. Like,
VTubers.
I don't know, people just bond over having similar VTubers. So funny enough, I don't remember actually ever seeing a bunny VTuber. So even if I got a Sukino VTuber model for the hell of it,
Yeah,
I
PUA
wouldn't
would charge
know,
extra for the ears.
where to go.
Yeah, PUA charges
I'm
extra
sure
for
most people
ears.
would charge extra for the ears, because ears are extra.
Yeah, like because
Okay.
she makes them move different, right? So
Yeah, well,
her-
Like
obviously,
actual
right.
ears.
We all know me. If
They're
I
not
was to get a
just
VTuber
locked?
model, I'm going all out. All right, but
So,
Oh, yeah.
um,
You can get
go ahead.
animated ears, but
Yeah.
these aren't animated. These just flop. But you can get them to wiggle like a button. You could press a button.
Yeah,
get 'em
that's
to
what she would
wiggle.
charge her. She would charge for
Yeah.
that. She
Oh
did
my
not
God.
charge for elf ears because they're not they don't move, independently.
Separately,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I can imagine how much tFay would spend on his VTuber model. It'd be something ridiculous, like $400, $600, something
no.
along those lines.
no. My VTuber model costs more than a computer. All right, people
You
will
really,
have.
you would go that out?
If I
Yeah,
was
so-
to go, actually get a VTuber model, there would be no expense withheld. Which is also why I'm not getting a VTuber model.
That's fair.
Yeah,
feel like-
PUA costs $150 base model. And then her squishy face is $300
Dude,
for
I
the
would
really
need
expressive face
Oh, yeah.
tracking. Yeah.
every single accessory to move independently, the ears to move independently, the smoothest lines. Like everything has to be like perfect. You know, I'd probably request to have the lower half of the body, even if no one would ever see it, just so I could show the model off.
Oh,
And
you
that
get
would
the
all
whole
have
thing,
fun.
yeah. I mean, don't you have the whole one, Catherine, and you just have it cut off
Yeah,
from the
I have
camera,
a
right? Yes. Yeah, you get the whole
I have
thing.
a complete body.
Well, so no,
Yeah,
so I know
and
there
you
are
can- yeah.
people. So I guess that depends. Some artists do charge less if you only want like certain like amounts of the body. I guess
Yeah.
for more for education of Noctis and all. So you can get different levels of models at different prices from certain artists. So like you can
Well, no,
pay
that
for the
that
half
makes sense.
body.
Yeah.
Like,
you
I
know,
didn't have
knees up.
anything.
I've
didn't-
commissioned art, so I'm familiar with like a full body versus a half body versus a bust versus just a head.
Well,
Like
a
that
lot of
makes sense.
a lot of people will take the preset and modify the preset, and the preset has the legs, right? So that's, I think that's what POA does, is she like drastically modifies presets so
Yeah.
they don't look like the presets anymore. But she has like a base rigging that she uses. But
Yeah. I'm sure
yeah,
my
yeah.
artist does the same thing. Like she just plugs in the clothes and the hair and
Well,
that
that's
kind of
gotta
stuff
that's gotta
later.
save a lot. Like, and
Yeah.
that makes sense because like when you get right down to it, it's really just like a 3D model of different frames. So it's almost like a character creation in a video game. So you can have like the skinniest of skinny frames up to like the hulkiest of frames.
Yeah,
And
she
you just
definitely
have that
custom
ability to
made
change
my
it.
clothes. I saw her stream it, and she like drew the flowers onto the clothes and everything, so it was really cool.
But did she? Okay, so
yeah.
here's a question: did your artist draw the clothes themselves, or just the pattern onto the clothes? That's what I was curious
I'm
about.
not sure. I didn't see that part of the stream.
'Cause,
I
like,
watched-
not a
draw
true
the-
fan. Not a true fan.
not a true fan. Not a true. What is wrong with you, Calophi?
She-
Don't you care?
Don't. That's what we said about Noctis whenever he brings up Umbreon. Not a true fan. Why don't you care?
Listen, I have a silhouette of Umbreon branded onto my butt. I am a true fan. All
Everyone
right,
knows-
don't you
Hey,
dare
I know
question
for-
me.
If I
the
can't see
Halloween
the
costume?
inside, all silhouettes are Jigglypuff. All
I know
Pokemon
for-
silhouettes are Jigglypuff. I don't want to hear otherwise.
Or Voltorb from the top.
Yeah,
Or-
I know for the
Jigglypuff
Halloween
from
costume,
the
she
top.
must have drawn it.
It's Jigglypuff from the top. Yet I know.
No.
She
She
Lost
she
in
definitely drew
Pokemon,
the
yeah.
Halloween costume. It's such an old character that I used. There's no way there's assets for it sitting around. She might have like picked up something that looked like it, but she would have had to really heavily change it. And the sword, she definitely custom made. So yeah.
Huh.
Also,
I don't know,
I
like, I
have
don't know much.
saw some commentary in the live chat. I just want to distinguish. People bringing up HoloLive. So for anyone who doesn't know, HoloLive is what started the craze. HoloLive is very different from normal VTubers. I use the word normal loosely because they're a company that promotes VTubers. Like they literally give you the models and stuff like that, and like tell you do this, this, and this. So like you
Oh,
don't
a
choose what your
virtual
character
talent
is.
agency.
Yeah, you
Okay.
don't choose your characters. They literally give you a model and match it to personalities of those who audition.
They have 57 active talents with over 43 million subscribers on YouTube.
Which also brings up a distinction between. So I basically like, there's all different types of VTubers. I sort of put them into one of two categories, which is the very generic split. You have people who happen to stream who are VTubers and people who stream a character as a VTuber, which are vastly different.
I've seen this person and on Twitter, and I had no idea who they were.
Yeah.
Gawar Gura.
Oh my
I don't know how
gosh! No, don't introduce her as a no.
I listen. I don't know who it is. I've just seen him like mentioned on Twitter. All right.
Okay, so
I'm just like,
my point
I'm learning.
being, so people like Katherine and Calophi here, right?
Okay.
There are people who just do their streams and they just happen to be a VTuber, right? But the other types, like in HoloLive and other kinds of VTubers, they act as their character, and everything's canon within that character. So like you don't actually see the personality of the IRL person in those streams.
Yeah, no,
so it's like very impersonal kind of relationship between the streamer and the viewer, but it's done in a more entertainment fashion.
Yeah, it's like it's an actual character. It's a performance for them.
Yes.
Like even more so than like tFay or me, who we play up certain aspects of our personality. For on Twitch, I'm sure tFay would agree with this. We're not exactly like this in real life.
No, Noctis does indeed hate Umbreon IRL.
I will find you. I will burn Discord to the ground.
You said you said you put Umbreon on your butt. You're so mad you want to sit on Umbreon all the time, so you can hug Espeon, your favorite Pokemon.
That's funny. Point is, like we play it up, but like when you're apparently when some of these other VTubers, they take it to the next level. They are that character, and then they end stream and they go back to being themselves. That's
legitimately there was a impressive VTuber. There's a Dragon VTuber, Coco, for those who happen to know the name, who retired, and they made more money in their retirement stream than probably most of us will make in a year if we combine our salaries.
Ow, that hurt. Okay.
And when you're gonna say you don't
like,
know how much I make,
that.
when people say you don't know how much I make, tFay, I'm gonna go, it doesn't matter. You have no idea how much money she made in that one stream.
No, like, yeah. See I was doing the math for what it would take for me to be a full-time streamer. I am not on track to be a full-time streamer anytime soon. Nothing comes close to paying it would take a lot of subs to come close to paying like my job does. So when you say something along those lines, I can just imagine the amount of money some of these VTubers must rake in. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
All right. The popular VTubers, and I'm saying popular VTubers because of the context of this podcast, this also applies to very big popular streamers. You could get a $500 donation and they won't blink. They won't even acknowledge it. They'll just be like, thanks. Like, all right, moving on. Mm-hmm. I'm going to keep talking. I'm shooting things.
Yeah.
Because
and
why?
I've seen people, because their time is worth it. No,
yeah,
they make so much money from subs and stuff. It's not
small
worth
change. It's literally small change. Actually, I want to do a slight segue because it should. Okay. I did want us to mention it on the podcast at some point. Twitch actually did some things, whether you like it or not, whether it's enough or not, for dealing with the hate rates issue that we brought up before. One of those things was they added a feature that you can require verification by phone, so that way you can't like have bots and stuff like that. And if they don't verify, they can't talk in chat, which is a great feature, right? You can make an argument that should have always been there. They could better. Not the point. The point is, it's something that can help the issue. And some people were like, wait, that only stops them from talking in chat. But what about when they like do the follow bombs with like 100, 200 people? Literally top response, you have follow alerts? Why would you have follow alerts? That's so annoying. That's just for the follower to feel good. And I was thinking, wow, this is like such a big streamer response right here. Like
that was such a first world response. Like first world, like, oh my god.
And that's just what
you actually acknowledge the peasants? Why? Like, unless they're simping over you and giving you thousands of dollars, you don't even look at them.
Well, that's what I'm thinking when it comes to like big streams of VTubers who like don't acknowledge large donations because it's such a small drop in the bucket. Like it's so casual for them.
I guess.
Which is crazy. Anyway, that was just my weird segue. I just wanted to. It literally made me think of that.
Also, a person like like the shark girl. She would just be talking constantly and
yes,
saying,
that's who Noctis brought up.
Yeah.
That. Yeah.
Listen, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to mention him. That's not fair.
She's literally a girl who wears a shark pajama, like hoodie thing, whatever you want to call it. It's super cute. She's really funny. And because I don't want my YouTube feed... Oh, geez, we should have put a disclaimer. Okay, disclaimer right now. If you ever want to look up any VTubers we're talking about, go to incognito mode before you start looking up VTubers.
Uh-oh.
Because when you watch one VTuber video, you're going to quickly see YouTube pull up their pants and go, all right, and then this guy is shooting like endless VTuber clips at you. And then you're going to be like, oh, oh, this was recommended to me. Oh, I'm gonna click this one. Oh, this is a cute little. Oh, this is an. Oh, and then it's all over. Then it's all over. You won't ever see any other type of video on your YouTube account ever again. It's literally. I'm not even joking. This wasn't even my disclaimer. This is what literally was recommended to me by VTubers.
Huh.
It makes sense. I mean, once you start looking at how to VTube, I did not do that in incognito mode. And then all of my suggestions were like, oh, you want to be a VTuber? This is how you become a VTuber. And every
Yeah.
VTuber has like 5 videos about how to be a VTuber and what software they use and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
God damn it! You should have said this before you mentioned HoloLive.
I didn't
Hey guys,
think it
we're gonna
through.
talk about HoloLive. Be careful when you Google
forgot.
this.
I forgot.
Damn
I'm
it.
sorry. I realized as soon as we were breaking up the shark girl, I was like, oh wait, Noctis looked up HoloLive. Oh god.
Yeah, I just Googled HoloLive because I don't know what it is. So you're
I
like,
don't
yeah,
know.
dude,
I
damn
feel
it.
like it might be good to drown out some of my kids' videos. All my YouTube is all Minecraft and Among Us streamers, so it would be really good
Wait.
to have some variety.
Is there
People
a
still
reason that
stream
you're...
Among Us?
Yeah, they make like these pretend videos of Among Us.
I mean, Among Us.
And
Among
Yeah.
Us is getting really has a lot of updates. There's also this Goose game that's literally just Among Us. That's apparently taken the place of Among Us, even though it's
Oh, yeah,
literally the
yeah.
same thing.
I've heard of that. I forget what it's called. Yeah.
well, the Shark Girl
Ah.
plays Minecraft, so you'll just get Shark Girl playing Minecraft, Calophi.
Oh no.
No.
Worst plan. Worst plan.
I like Minecraft though, so I can't say too much. Oh my
It's all
gosh.
Sunday. It's all Sunday for me. Oh, and Roblox players too.
Ew.
I don't. I legitimately did not know how to respond when I got a Roblox ad on one of my YouTube videos on my phone, and I'm like thinking, I legitimately haven't watched anything remotely related to Roblox ever, or watched
Nope.
it. I'm like, where did they come up with the algorithm for this? I usually just get
I
Genshin
know.
Impact stuff.
Really only Genshin Impact, or what? Like, what do you get?
No,
most
I
often,
got
okay,
Genshin
yeah.
Impact stuff. Oh, that's an interesting conversation. What kind of ads do you get? I recently bought a new wallet, so I've been getting a lot of wallet advertisements. I bought Legos before, and I got a bunch of Lego advertisements. It's usually related to what I buy.
Yeah, or what you say. Like, I didn't buy the tickets on my cell phone for Universal. I've just talked about it, and I'm getting ads on Twitter, and I'm getting like recommend. You know how they'll recommend you posts like in gaming, even though it's not in gaming. Like, I'm getting now ones for Universal Orlando on my Twitter, and I just why? Damn it! Really? That is my life now.
Oh,
Your phone is always listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told a friend I liked his couch once, and then I started getting couch ads. It was weird.
Actually, this is gonna be funny. Like when I go in and look at my phone now and see what I'm gonna get ads for tomorrow. That'll just be that's gonna be a fun little thing. We'll find out.
I mean, what's really funny is when you go to a different country and your ads are different because they're ads for that country. It's like when I went to Japan before, I was getting all Japanese ads, which maybe I'm that weeb, but I was loving those ads. I was like, oh, these are great. I'm excited for these things. And then I went back to America. I'm like, oh.
I wonder if I get a HoloLive ad. That's the one I'm.
You know how to get and you know how to get those ads? Use our new sponsor, ExpressVPN, right now and change your country location.
There's Disney World. I haven't even looked at Disney World, but it knows that I'm going to Orlando in a week, and it's like we better supply some ads to them. Thanks, Twitter.
I mean,
I'm just going through and looking at my
all right,
Twitter.
to be fair, that's freaking Disney. All right. Yeah, if they know you're going to Florida, they're gonna advertise Disney World. That's like
Oh
axiomatic.
no! You know the other frustrating thing? I get PS5 fucking ads all the fucking time. Are you kidding me? Why are you advertising the PS5? They're sold out. PlayStation, that's such a waste of money. Why are you bothering advertising this system? Oh my god! I just want to break my phone. All right, I'm good.
See, guys, I just want on record that we're not being mean. We're just showing that it's not just the phone that advertises the PS5.
I get PS5 why am I getting PS5 ads? Why are they paying for PS5 ads? That's actually, you know what? That's a better question. PlayStation, that's a waste of money in my book.
No, so legitimately, all right, here's a legitimate response. All right, this is not backed by facts. This is my personal opinion. They still have to advertise the PS5 because when they stop advertising the PS5, people will stop caring about the PS5. And whenever they create a new stock, it's not enough stock. But whenever they have a new stock, they want to sell out. So they do not care what happens to how many people have it as long as they're selling out. So as long as they advertise and they make everyone want it, like thirst for it, they're instantly going to sell out every single time they stock stores. And that's money.
No, see here I offer a counter idea. Is did you when the NES like little special console came out, that thing sold out. I never seen an ad for it. It just sold out like crazy. My bet is that PlayStation or Sony, when they were arranging for the PS5 to be sold, they made a deal with like marketing firms that they would pay them so much money over time if they keep advertising it. So all of that money is set aside for advertising firms to advertise these games.
Okay.
So that's all they have to pay it, is my bet.
Hear me out.
Okay.
VTuber PS5 like assets. So you could just have the VTuber with the PS5 in the background.
Okay. I like where this is going.
And then they advertise the PS5 and VTubers to you because you looked up HoloLive at the same time.
I will break my phone and I will break my computer. I swear to God. I will end it. And then it looks like an espionage. That's just like the creme de la creme. That's the additional thing they can do.
How mad would you be
me.
would you be more mad if they came out with an Espeon themed PS5, or would you be more mad if there was an Umbreon one that you couldn't get?
You know the answer to that, tFay. You know the answer to that.
I want you to say it.
It's gonna be the one I can't fucking buy. You know that. Welcome to my oh my! PS5s, man. They are the bane of my existence. Oh, also,
I
wait,
wait. I want to comment something in chat. Live chat is saying they're wondering if Catherine or I would have art done of our VTubers, and I want to say that my VTuber is based off of art that I already had commissioned. So technically, cool. Yes. my art was done by Natsan for my Painttuber, and my VTuber is directly it was the reference for my VTuber. I sent it over to PUA, and she made it real. So yes, feel anyone who wants to do art of my VTuber or Painttuber, that would be great.
Oh my God!
And I will pay you too. That will be fun.
Well, like fan art is such a welcome gift, but let me know when I can go into a rant for a second about something completely unrelated to everything. Are you good, Calophi? Are you good, Catherine?
This is a perfect time for me to turn off my own camera and just like do anything else.
tFay, answer the question.
Hold up. Let Catherine talk.
Catherine wants to answer the question. That's why I was double checking. Okay, go ahead.
I've commissioned Xeons to create an image of my avatar and my dog and my cat in a little teacup. So I do have art created of the avatar. That was
your teacup. Oh,
yeah,
that was so cute.
That was my little, I asked for like a chibi plushie version of myself and the cat and the dog.
Okay.
So I'll probably make stickers out of that at some point.
Hell yeah.
And I asked for one emote from tFay's emo artist, but
that you were about to say you asked for one emote from me, and I was gonna like, one? No. Is one Chinese for 10?
Yeah, I asked for 10 emotes from tFay's Tsukino, but I commissioned one emote. It's like $25 for an emote, so I was like, I'll just do one because I spent a lot of money this month. So we'll have that emote in the future as well, and I'll probably make stickers or something out of what Xeons has
before
made.
Noctis does his rant, I actually have a fan art request. All right, guys. So for anyone who doesn't know, all right, this is shameless, but it's more to prove my point. There's some lovely Sukino chase art, right, of Moonbot and Sukino. Now, I want someone to take this art, and I can send the file if they want the original file, and Photoshop it. So Sukino is running away with a PS5 and an Umbreon, and then the Noctis is chasing after them. And I think that would make a great that'd be some great fan art right there.
I might be able to do that.
If anyone wants to do that, I
Send it
can
on
send you. Remind me
Okay.
after stream because I can't send stuff. I can't mess with Discord because it messes with the cameras.
Right, yeah, because you're in streamer mode, yeah.
Okay, let's pretend for a second that I wasn't listening and I was busy talking to my lovely wife. You want someone to do what with that chase art?
So they're gonna take Sukino and they're gonna Photoshop. It's like that's gonna be like she's gonna be holding a PS5 and an Umbreon and running away from you, like, and you're gonna be chasing after the Umbreon and PS5.
Wait, you're gonna Photoshop me onto
No, I'm not
Moonbot?
gonna.
That's just
I'm not gonna
wrong.
do anything. I'm just saying if
Okay,
anyone
fair
wants a
enough.
fan art, that's an idea for anyone who wants to make some fan art. I'm doing nothing.
Actually, if,
All
if you make Sukino into Umbreon because the ears are already there, running away with the PS5, that'd make a lot of sense.
I already have art commissions out that'll probably take another month or two to be done, if that, and that's already gonna cost me a lot of money because
Fair enough.
yeah. So look forward to that in the very far future.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
All
I
right.
like
Yeah. So this is our weekly segment. Noctis wants to rant. Noctis.
Oh,
Yo.
okay. So, recently playing Fall Guys with a bunch of friends. We're having a fun time, and the friend, I will leave them unnamed right now, says,
Can we give
"Oh,
a
yeah.
substitute name just to make it easier to reference them?
John,
Sure, John.
Timmy. We'll call him Timmy. No,
Oh,
Timmy's a
alright,
good name.
the
We like
little
saying
Timmy.
Timmy.
All right, always pick it on
Little
the kid
Timmy.
with one leg.
Yep. Little Timmy says, "Yeah, Noctis, when Vixen has her kid, you can take care of the kid while your wife and her friend play games together. This goes back to the fucking time you named a goddamn farm animal after me. And you're still referencing this. What the fuck? Why?
That was a great
you
stream, I just need to
why?
say.
This confused the fuck out of me because I'm like, I'm sorry, was Vixen pregnant? I didn't know that. Oh, I'm so, and they're like, no, I seen it on Discord. They were talking about how you're gonna have a kid.
I did that. I named a sheep Noctis. I asked tFay to do that.
Oh my god, I want
Noctis
like
the
I've been wanting to talk about this. We didn't do a podcast last week. I wanted to talk about this, but we didn't do one. So I was like, nope, save it. And I'm so glad I remembered it. Yeah, guess what? People are still referencing that, tFay. Thank you for that. People still think that I'm gonna have a kid. God damn. Like people messaging me on Discord saying, "Hey, I thought you'd want to see my PS5." That's enough of an insult. All right, I'll move on with my life because that's a thing that happens. But nope. God damn it, I'm still getting tFay or Noctis is gonna have a kid. Thank you, tFay, for doing that.
So Noctis, you do realize that we did have an episode last week?
Did we?
Yeah. With
Oh, I
Heavy
do
and
remember
Virgo.
that. Okay. It was the week before. My bad.
I loved how you just pretend that episode didn't exist. You know.
I remember the Virgo and Heavy episode. I thought that was the week before. I am so ready to go on vacation. Time is blending together.
All
Point is,
All right. Just
you
to save,
are
just to
such.
to give Noctis a little bit of grace in his forgetting of that episode, he actually did tell me off cam and off stream that he really did have fun with that episode. So just as a disclaimer, he's tired and wants to go on vacay, but he did enjoy that episode. He just doesn't acknowledge it exists, like his love for Espeon.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
blacked out during that episode, I guess.
Okay, I feel better. Thank you. That's been that's been building in me for a while now, and I feel better. Thank you for letting me air that, guys. All right, so we were talking something about VTubers or something. I don't remember.
Were we?
Yeah,
all right,
do
well,
you have any
random,
questions about the process? Anything else you want to
Well,
know?
not so much about the process. Do you guys ever like? Is there any real issues that you guys have that only like or specifically as a VTuber, whether it be something with a model or like maybe as a hypothetical, like you model goes crazy when you have to do something IRL and it looks weird because we don't see what you're doing.
Yeah, have you been noticing on stream now? Every time I take a drink, my model goes nuts.
No, because
She
I don't
just
know when you
goes all
take a
over the
drink.
place. You can tell because the model goes nuts.
Can you take a
I'll do it
drink
right
to
now. Yeah, I will
take a
take a
drink to
drink right now.
simulate?
And
It's okay. So far, it's good.
It did it this time.
That was it.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I didn't
Here,
see
I'll do it
anything.
again.
Oh,
That.
that. Oh, I saw
Yeah.
Catherine's model doing that the other day.
Yeah, mine does that too. Like especially when I move
Yeah.
too much, it gets
It didn't
jerky.
do it as much on the old laptop because I think it was slower, but the new PC, I think I need to change some smoothing settings and stuff and make it capture a little less because she's been like really twitchy. I'm getting like weird every time I blink, her head jerks just a little bit. And she's a little bit more bobbity in the chest than usual because she's really twitchy. So I need to adjust settings for the new computer. So that's one thing. Switch computers, change settings.
What
Yeah,
about you,
luckily
Catherine? Any problems you have besides the body thing?
luckily in VC Face it lets you control a lot of things, and there's sliders for a lot of settings like blink sensitivity, the mouth, that kind of stuff. Like oftentimes, like if you don't have a lot of light in your room, the camera can't read your expressions enough, so it doesn't necessarily if it's like a dark room, your mouth might not move that much. For me, my eyebrows don't really read. For Legion's avatar, like his eyebrows move a lot more than mine do, and I don't know if that's just like what the way my face is or what, but you can adjust all of those things though in VC Face. But yeah, if you get up from the chair, the avatar rigging will sort of like pop up and then like get stuck. Oftentimes when you move a lot, sometimes you just like right now you have to pop back into place. So it's not a perfect system, but even if you watch the professionals in general, they still have very like jerky movements and stuff. It's not like 100% motion capture like you would have in like the motion picture industry or something. But I think it'll develop with time. I think it will become more technologically advanced where it'll become more sensitive and you'll have better technology for tracking the movements. The issue is like the super expensive stuff that looks like 1-to-1 ratio of reality to virtual reality is not monetarily accessible to the average person. But even this software that we're using right now wasn't monetarily accessible to the average person just a few years ago. So the fact that we could basically do this for very inexpensive and VC Face is free, OBS is free, is quite a development really. It's pretty amazing if you think about how far this kind of technology has come.
So another question from the live chat, and I have my own rant on this. But do you change your voices at all when you go on as a VTuber to try to match the model? And maybe this is a more interesting question for Calophi because she's not she goes Facecam, PNG, and VTuber all in one package. Like, do you find that your voice is different depending on what rig you're using?
For me, no. I have a funny story. I think there's a clip when I first set it up, and Catherine was there for it, and somebody redeemed my uwu voice, which makes my voice go up and sound like I'm 13 or 12 or something like that.
Want to demonstrate?
And
Demonstrate for the chat.
I can't. I don't have it.
Ugh.
It's an uwu, like it's a voice changer on OBS, and I'm not in
Yeah.
OBS. I'm sorry.
Uwu.
I could go uwu. I could do that, but it's
No,
not what the voice sounds
that is
like.
an instant ban from now on. If anyone says uwu, that is a
What
ban.
about ara ara?
Ara, ara. But
I refuse
yeah,
to say it.
so it got stuck on for some reason, and I didn't realize it was still on, and I was like, "What do you mean my voice is weird?" And I'm talking as the VTuber. I had no idea because I can't hear the voice change. So there's a clip of me, with the cutesy voice in VTuber because of that. And I did it for like half the stream, not knowing that uwu was on. But ever since then I leave it off. I don't like it that much. It sounds weird with her. So yeah.
So wait, Catherine, do you have any response to that? Because I want to give a rant on this.
I would never
No.
change my voice. Like my voice is pretty much sounds like a 6-year-old anyways, so I would never change it. I wouldn't even change it for comic purposes, just because I would probably do what Calophi had happen, where I'd turn it on and I wouldn't realize that I turned it on, and then it would be like the whole stream of me talking about World War
Catherine, if
II in
6-year-olds
Japan.
sound like you, me and Vixen would have one by now. All right, they don't sound like you. You are very, very. I can't even think of the word. You're like not sophisticated, succinct. Yeah, let's
Damn.
go with that.
Not sophisticated.
I'm not sophisticated nor succinct, actually. But I wouldn't want to be stuck in any.
Sophisticated. It wasn't the right word. All
She's
right?
wearing glasses, Noctis. How more sophisticated can you get?
They are a professor. I apologize. All right. I
Yeah,
didn't go to college, and that's
Okay.
for a reason.
that's okay.
Can I do my rant now?
I was
Is
just gonna
Catherine done?
finish. No, I wasn't
Oh,
finished
okay.
yet. I wouldn't want to be stuck in an uwu. I mean, other people, they use like the deep voice or like other things, and I wouldn't want to be stuck in that while I'm like trying to talk about World War II in Japan or something. So
Oh yeah.
for
I don't know
the
if there was. Go ahead.
go ahead, but for the
I was
purpose
gonna
of
say
my
if there was a like thing that could change my voice to sound like Lulu on stream, yeah, I'd probably download that. I would rock the hell out of that app.
I mean, there is
Oh
an
my
app that
God.
could. There are apps that can change your voice.
I'm
Did it-
sure you can have
I
any.
just don't have a nice one.
Wait, did
any
they make me
kind of-
sound like? Do they give me that amazing French accent like Lulu
They
has?
could,
Because I don't
they
think
could
it does.
literally give
No,
you
no,
any
yeah,
voice if you set it up right. But
Well, no, I think you'd have to still do your own accent.
That feels like a setup
Okay.
for me to make a very stereotypical French accent and get
Yeah.
canceled. So
All right,
I'm
this
gonna
is-
go ahead
this
and
is-
skip
this-
that.
all right, this is segueing into my rant because I heard
Okay.
this. I heard a discussion on this for people who are literally very knowledgeable on the internet about this, and it made sense, and I was so mad. Voices are algorithmed in what, like, there is actual like data on what kind of voice you should have to do better as a VTuber. Where it's like, so it's basically like, all right, if you have this type of model, you should talk like this and sound like this, and statistically, you're going to do better. And it's like actually proven. It drives me insane because they're like, all right,
Why?
yeah, because if different V2, when people look at different models, they have an expectation and they want different things. So, like, if you have,
I don't think they do.
you have, no, like, this is statistically proven. This is why it's a rant for me. So, when you have, like, if you have a male VTuber model, right? I'm not even saying you're a male. I'm saying if you're a male VTuber model, you will do, if you imitate female VTuber models, you will do worse because you are not doing what people expect male VTuber models to do. Like, there's an entire, like, there's entire different expectations for, like, different genders, characters, etc.
That's basic humans. Like, Amaranth is one of the biggest streamers right now on Twitch. Yeah, she's not gonna do as well if she sounds like good old Ron Perlman.
No,
That's
I
no
just
shit.
get annoyed that people go through the trouble of changing their voice like all the time to meet these, like, you know, like you have some people with the god voices, all right, you know who they are, you can make a list,
Lulu.
and that's fine, right? Like Lulu's one of them, but Lulu doesn't intentionally make their voice like that.
No.
Lulu just sounds like that. Like, I have no problem.
Well, we don't know.
with
Okay, wait. We've never met Lulu in person. It would be pretty funny if Lulu sounded more like
All right.
one of us
Lulu
than
would
like
have.
the
I don't think Lulu streams enough that they would deem it worthy to go through that much trouble. Because
Yet, they're setting it up. All right.
All right,
This
fair,
is my conspiracy
fair.
theory.
But my point being, I just get annoyed when, like, I don't mind voice changing. I just get annoyed when people think that they can't use their real voice. Like, period. Like, it's
yes,
like,
I would agree.
oh,
That's
it's like,
valid.
I don't care, like, if you want to make an ooh voice with the sound changer or do the echo or, you know, hamster voice, whatever. Like, when you're basically like, all right, I have to match my voice to my character and sound like this. It drives, like, if you want to be a guy and have a female, this is not me, by the way, because I just realized that it matches me. If you want to be a guy with a female VTuber model and you want to have like a deep bass voice, go for it. And vice versa, like if you want to be a female with a male VTuber model, and I mean, 9 binaries, but it doesn't really fit my point. Like, you should be able to just use whatever VTuber model you want, put whatever voice you want, and it should be fine. But
No, I would agree. That's how the world should
Yeah.
be, but that's not how the world is. You have most average viewers, when they come in and they see a feminine presenting VTuber model, they expect a feminine, a feminine voice, and when it's not, it throws them off, and apparently it's too much for some people. For me, I think it's a little bit more interesting because it
They
means
can
that they're
leave. That's my
like
opinion.
exactly just
no,
leave.
no, there is no such thing as just leaving. You must hate raid them. You must harass them,
Throw
and
a
you must
fit.
yell at them for not doing what you want. Like, heaven
Yeah,
forbid a streamer ever play a different game.
But is that any different than if they come in and they see me or you, obviously the pinnacle of masculinity, like we're here, we're being awesome alpha males, bros, you know, just doing our thing. Imagine if we sounded like if I had Vixen's voice.
Have you seen my?
I don't think I
Gardevoir
would get
card?
as many
The epitome of
viewers.
masculinity.
Yeah, listen, it's a joke, man. Come on, come on. But the point is, like, we're not, like, people are gonna see that like disparity, and they're gonna leave because it's too much for them. They live in a very straightforward world. Guys that look like guys should sound like guys, and they can't live with anything else. Like, but I don't know. Like, I know my voice sounds slightly more masculine or slightly more feminine than it does masculine. And that's maybe that's why I don't do as well. You know what? Maybe if I lowered it lower and sounded like Lulu or whatever, like maybe I would do better. But I don't care.
No, Lulu's
that's
not
me.
low.
You know,
Lulu's ASMR.
Lulu is God. Oh my God, I could drink and listen to. Lulu needs to do audiobooks. That's what I say. Point is, whoa, we're getting distracted, guys. Point is
There's
that
a point?
I don't. Yeah, my point is like tFay says that's a surprise. My point is that's not only VTuber models. That is just normal.
Well, I
Just normal people.
get annoyed when people adjust themselves to try to meet the mass, you know, like the mass appeal or whatever. And I know some people do streaming as a job, so like fine, I get it. You got to pay for those PS5s, so Noctis can't have any. All right, I get it. Like, that's fine. All right, but let's not forget something important.
Okay.
All right.
Is this a joke, or are you gonna actually follow up on a good point?
It is a
It's a
very good
joke.
point.
Okay, come on.
It's a
All
joke.
right, we're ready.
It can be 2025, 2030, 2040, and people are still going to remember that Noctis had a child.
I should have known it. I should have known you were gonna go for it. Point. I was gonna say, how is okay? So let's go back to that point. How is them changing their voice slightly to fit what people would expect of them any different than, say, me or you playing up on this aspect of like want like I don't know what you do. I don't know how to describe what you do. Be a dick. I don't know. Or this like love of Umbreons or hate of the PS5 that I play up. How is that any different?
Because I would do that even off stream.
He got you.
Like, because does it bother me I don't have PS5? A little bit, but I just know it's a meme in the community, and like to the point where they will send me messages about their PS5s.
You pre-ordered a game that you can't play.
I didn't actually pre-order it yet, to be honest. I thought about it, but I also realized I probably shouldn't. Because you have to pre-order. If you pre-order online, you have to pay for it in full. If I go into a GameStop, I don't have to pay in full yet. So slightly
Why
different.
is that not a point that wasn't brought up last week? I feel like it would have been a great point of conversation.
Because we weren't like actually talking about pre-orders. We were yelling at each other about the pre-order benefit not being
Oh, I'm
the main
sorry. I
character or
don't
something.
remember that we did something other than yelling at each other on this podcast, but all right.
Yeah, that's a normal podcast for us, dude. Oh my god.
Also, does your glass just like infinitely just refill itself? I never saw you fill that thing. It's never empty.
Yeah, it's a magic power I have.
I think
It's the
Vixen's
only
just
magic power I have.
standing right off of the camera and just like pouring it infinitely for him. I think
Yeah,
that's what's
in
happening.
the same way that like tFay has a sugar mama that continuously gives him money to buy dumb shit, like all these art commissions he does. I had the wish that my glass will never be empty, and you know what? It was money well. It was a wish well spent. You know, I could have wished for a PS5 and I didn't.
All right. I will say that it's not necessarily a sugar mama. It's more that my artists take so long to do my commissions, I'm able to raise the money to pay them in the time it takes to get the commissions done. Because gosh,
that's
do art
fair.
commissions take ages.
If you weren't so picky, it wouldn't be a problem.
Well, I am. Yeah, can you
I mean,
imagine
that
how
does
long
sound
it would
like
take me to get a VTuber model? I could literally say right now, guys. All right, guys. I'm getting a VTuber model. All right. And let's pretend I have unlimited budget. It would still take over a year to get. I'd probably piss off the artist so much they'd quit.
That would be so funny if you like raised the money to get a VTuber model, and then you just ended up not getting one because no artist would work with you.
I
Just get
legitimately-
blacklisted.
So I don't know, like I know people like, you know, PU and stuff like that. I legitimately don't know any VTuber model artists enough that I would trust them to make a VTuber model for me. And let me clarify, as that sounds weird. So there are certain artists that I'll hire to support them. I just want to like their work. I'll get a work. I don't even know if I'm going to use it. I just like supporting artists. But, you know, the artists who I hire stuff a lot from, I have that rapport with, and they sort of know what I want, and that I don't really have to be super nitpicky. They just constantly, like, they can just give me stuff that I want. They send me stuff, I'm like, I request what I want, I pay them, they send it to me, a sketch, I approve, and it's good. Right? Very rarely need to change anything. I legitimately don't know any I don't think there's even a VTuber artist, model artist, who watches my stream. Like, shout out, if there's literally a VTuber model artist who actually watches my stream regularly, I'll literally hire you on the spot. You have it on recording. I am that confident that there's no VTuber model artists who watch my stream that they can know what I want in a VTuber model.
Okay, hear me out. I just started making VTuber models. I don't know a lot.
You haven't even downloaded the program, Noctis.
I
Just
bet I can
download it first.
I bet you I can
What
make
do you
a
mean?
VTuber
He's
model.
obvious. He looked up Hollow Live on YouTube. He's obviously being recommended
Yeah.
the program.
Obviously, I know how to make one.
And the one that renders it for us isn't the one that you build it in. So we didn't even
Yeah.
name drop that for you. Sorry.
I have learned I learned a little bit of After Effects just as a spite for someone else. I've learned dumber shit for dumber reasons, all right? Don't try
Did you
me.
just say
tFay.
that learning how to make a VTuber model was dumb? Well,
Apparently.
Noctis is
Yeah,
getting
that's what he
canceled.
said. Yeah,
Noctis is
that's what
getting
he said.
canceled.
Oh my god. Yes,
Okay,
we're looking
now
for
I
reasons to cancel me.
think that we need to have Noctis make a VTuber model and show it to us on stream. I think that
Oh
needs to
yeah, you should
happen.
stream making a VTuber model for
Yep.
the first time. That would be
Oh no,
excellent. Oh
I'm
yeah, I'd
definitely
watch
not.
that. I would cancel my stream to watch that. Yep.
Well, I know you would, and I know people that make VTube models would, because they could come in and be like, "Hey, asshole, not so easy, is it?" And they could just like poke me the entire time.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound great. I would do it
Oh,
off
it sounds
stream.
excellent.
I know it sounds excellent to you. But I have, like, if I'm gonna piss off people, like, let me do it for a different reason than like VTuber models. I'm not gonna be a VTuber. Why would it feel silly to get like the VTuber model community angry at me?
Also, I
Than,
will say,
any
You
other
were the
community.
one
My-
who said you wanted to do it. Not
my wallet is very
No, I said I
relieved.
would to prove a point. That's
My
two different
wallet
things.
is very relieved because I actually was watching to see if there was anyone in the chat who would actually say I make VTuber models. Hit me up. And I was gonna be like, fake.
That would be funny. So if someone
No,
said, "Hey,
legitimately,
I do it,"
I legitimately would want a V2. I don't want to just hire someone on Fiverr. Not looking down on people on Fiverr. But if
yeah,
I
you
could
are.
be
You just shit on Fiverr.
no,
I'm not looking on
can
that
you
shitty
let me
website.
finish my
Damn.
sentence? All right, I'm shitting on. I
No,
shit on
because
Fiverr
you
for
don't let me
different
finish
reasons.
my sentence.
I shit on Fiverr for different
Me
reasons.
too.
But if I want to get a VTuber model, all right, I want it to be a VTuber model done by someone in the community, and we don't have anyone in the community who makes VTuber models. So I'm basically like, but mainly I'd probably piss them up.
You are definitely opening the floodgates.
I am challenging the floodgates because I know my community. All right.
No, I would agree. I don't think I've seen any VTuber model artists in our community. I would agree with that.
I mean, it could also argue because I'm not a VTuber, so why would they come here?
Well, we have plenty of artists that do stuff that even though we
and
don't use them, you know?
I hire a lot of artists.
I did find PUA in the Luna Discord in that
that's because
channel.
that's because she's a friend of Xeon's.
Yeah.
So Xeon's just Xeon's.
I mean, she's not hanging out here, but I did find her ad
so
in Luna.
maybe that's pseudo gatekeeping. Like, me knowing someone and them being in the community, I see as two different things. Like, I have no problems with artists using our community to advertise. That's why we have the channel there. But like,
hell yeah.
I think they have to at least be watching some of the bunch of the streams in the community before I'm like, all right, you know what's up around here. Like, if you know that Noctis has a baby, then you're in the community.
A sheep baby.
I'm just saying. But like, it's like, all right. Here's a very simple way of checking: are you in the community, right? If you were to go to any does anyone outside of me know you exist? That's a really simple check if you want to look at it that way.
Damn.
Right?
If tFay don't know you, you are not a artist.
Other way around,
You should just
Noctis,
give it up.
Other
Doesn't
way
matter.
around. So basically, there are people who I know because like I'll talk to them at streams, so they might occasionally appear in my chat. But like nobody outside of me will like know who they are. So like they're not really active in the community per se. They're just a friend of mine. But like everyone knows who you are, Noctis. Right? People know Calophi. People know Katherine.
I wish I were on the same level as Katherine or Calophi. I am not.
Maybe if you got a VTuber model, like
That's
seriously, Noctis.
You can get one with cute little Umbreon ears or something.
Just all right.
Don't tempt me.
Get
Don't
a
tempt
VTuber
me.
model of you wearing an Umbreon onesie.
Do that.
Oh,
Listen,
please.
I have an Umbreon
I know.
onesie
That's
in
why
the other room.
that was the joke, Noctis. It's pointlessly
okay.
extra. You get a VTuber model
I
of something you
see.
can just do IRL.
I see. You know what, tFay? That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. I like it. I don't have any plans to become a VTuber model, to be honest. I do
VTuber model.
enjoy
He wants to model for someone else's VTuber model.
I don't have any plans to use a VTuber model. Is that better? Okay,
You're
you
gonna
got
say
any
be a
jokes for that?
VTuber.
Same thing. Point is, I don't have any plans for it because I like the connectivity that I have with anyone that comes to my streams in the form of they can see me
Time to turn
in
off
person.
your face cam.
And
Well,
that would be
and honestly, yeah, that's why I'm part-time, because I had members of my own community say they like to see my face, which isn't a thing I'm told very often. So,
you say
so
that. I've never been told that.
yeah,
All right,
so I
Calophi?
have some people that like the VTuber and some people that like my face.
Hmm.
So that is why I'm part-time, and I never fully switched over.
People tell me they like seeing me when I get angry and can't figure
Yes.
things out.
Yeah, that's probably part of it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's stay on topic and focus for a second. Catherine or Calophi, whichever one of you would like to answer first. Why did you decide to use a VTuber model instead of showing yourself IRL on camera?
And or PNG tuber.
Skip PNG tuber. My question is,
What is it?
why did
VTuber
you pick?
face?
Kind of. It's a 3D model of a face. Why did you pick a 3D representation of yourself, theoretically, versus a camera version?
I also like to sub-question that with, why did you make both of you non-normal human VTuber models, if there was a logic behind that?
Yeah, because Calophi looks like an elf and Catherine
Yeah.
looks like a foxy girl.
So
Whoa,
the reason
whoa.
why
Red.
Calophi is an elf because I invented her when I was 16, and I just have used her in different forms in different RPGs and stuff like that, D&D over and over again, and I just modify her and reuse her a lot. So I have used her again, and she is a VTuber now. She's an elf because she's always been an elf, and that's just how she is.
Yeah,
I think
but why?
explained
what made you
why.
choose to be a VTuber? That's my question.
Because
Like,
I finally found a model that I really liked, and it seemed like fun, and I wanted to. So I guess my reasoning for it, because people had already seen my face, is because I thought it would help me talk more on stream, because like nobody could see me, right? So the only way for me to get anything across and keep attention is to talk and like make exaggerated features to force her expressions to shift, or to push a button and like act. So I kind of got it to help me communicate a little bit better on stream, if that makes sense. And it's also nice when my background is messy. Nobody can see my messy room.
Fair enough.
You just gotta have a wall behind you, so that way there's no background. But
then you can't play Ring Fit.
I can move the table and still have the same
Unless you
background.
move the
I already proved this. My point is, I could have there could be a messy room and no one will ever know. But what about you, Catherine?
For me, we were talking about Vtubing in tFay's stream, and I would never stream with my face. I would never show my real face. If it accidentally showed, then that's, a tragedy that may happen. But I never want anyone to actually see my real face on stream, for privacy reasons. And also, I just enjoy the idea of being an anime wolf instead. I used to teach university classes, and when we were talking about the VTuber, I was like, well, that's a good way that you could basically put your character in front of the PowerPoint. Like you could do that with a green screen. But this is a way for it to sort of be a bit more anonymous, that you could teach your classes with this character instead of yourself. So that's where the idea came from. And I went with the wolf because we were again talking about how like a lot of the VTubers, they have cat ears, or they're like the shark girl. They have sort of a mixture type thing where it's that element of fantasy and escapism, which makes it a bit more fun and enjoyable for the audience. And then it doesn't, it's not a real human. Like I am a real human. I think so, but it takes it's one step away from being a real human. And I liked that idea that you're not necessarily a human teaching in front of, the Twitch community. So
Pixar
that's
didn't
why
happen.
What?
You're not a real human. Pixar didn't happen.
Well,
Catherine
then,
just confirmed they are not a real human. I like it.
so yeah, that's why I went with the wolf VTuber.
Not a fox.
Not a fox, but I
Do
think
you
that's
get
why a lot of
do
people.
you get triggered when
Oh.
people keep thinking you're a fox?
I really don't mind. People might think I'm a fox or a cat or whatever. I have little kitty
No.
coins for my channel points. So I think I confuse people a lot, but that's
Well,
okay.
see, I can recognize that it's not cat ears. I know what cat ears look like. But like fox and wolf are they can be interchangeable very easily. But now that you say wolf, I can now see the wolf like aspect of the ears. As silly as that sounds.
That's what I've
Does your-
literally never looked at Catherine's model and thought fox. Because
Yeah, me
I know what
neither.
fox ears look like, and they're not fox
Mhm.
ears.
I know what fox ears look like too, and they remind me of fox ears.
Everyone just starts looking up fox ears. We're controlling the internet. And no, there's at least one person right now who's listening and looking up fox ears.
But yeah, see, here's the other thing: fox and wolves are like and cats. Those are like the three most popular, like ears that you'll see on a VTuber, right?
Yeah, because all right,
So it's got to be one of those three.
Legitimately, all right.
Mhm.
If you have like the thing of the psychology of it, all right. One, you get to do the you get to play the furry card. All right, they're not very like they're not huge ears. Like bunny ears are a lot more complicated to deal with, right? Elephant ears, whatever. All right, like people already are like ingrained in their heads through growing up, especially adults with things like cat girls and stuff like that. Like they're already associating like pleasure entertainment with that type of visual. So subconsciously they're already like it literally leads into what they already like versus like more niche things like dragon VTubers and stuff like that, which are a lot more because like nobody actually, there probably are some, everyone has to be humanoid-esque, right? So you don't actually if you're a dragon VTuber, you'll call yourself a dragon VTuber. You're not actually a dragon, you are a girl. All right.
Yeah.
With
You're scaly.
and then you have like some horns, and you're like, I'm a dragon.
Oh no, I've seen
Bar.
somebody with an actual like dragon model.
Yeah,
and
I was
they're
gonna say,
dragon.
I'm sure
Yeah.
But it's not
are
as
some
common.
there.
I think that's the
Yeah.
point.
No, it's not. No.
And you know what, tFay, I agree with that to some extent. Like maybe it's because like Vixen's favorite.
It's all over.
Why-
Noctis is agreeing with
Shut
me.
up! Stop it. Vixen's favorite animal is a fox, so it's an animal that I'm a lot more familiar with versus a wolf. So when I seen the ears, I thought fox, not wolf. And that's the only thing I can figure. Like since they banned all the not safe for work content off Tumblr, I went from like wolf people to like fox people. And because like cat ears look different.
I'm actually tilted that you said not safe for work instead of NSFW. Are you serious?
It's the same amount of syllables, isn't it? NSFW, not safe for work. It's 4 syllables either way.
It's harder to say.
If you say so. I have 2 fake teeth, and the S sound can be tricky sometimes, all right? So if I say not safe for work versus NSFW, it's more work for me. Listen, people with speech impediments have a hard life, tFay. I know you don't think about it as much and you don't care, but we have a hard life sometimes.
I mean, you are right that I don't think about you much, that I don't care, but that's besides the point.
Oh wait, no! NSFW has more syllables.
I
That's
also
a
was waiting
fan-
for you to catch on to that. I realized
Yes!
that a while ago.
Work versus W. W. That's 3 more. That is 2 more syllables.
You realized that by reading the chat, and you did not come up with that yourself.
I did not I didn't say chat So people in the podcast that are listening to this on, you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple iTunes. You can listen to it on a lot of sites. They're gonna think, "Wow, Noctis is very smart, and he realized the W has more syllables."
No, even
than
if they're
words.
listening, they would have had a good minute or two in between you realizing it after you said it.
Anyway, point is, like, I do agree with your point that, like, it's kind of based on what you think of animal wise, and I think of foxes more than I think of wolves. So when I seen Catherine's VTuber model, I thought of fox first, even though foxes are a little bit skinnier, then it's a little bit different, but it's kind of based on, like, color wise. Wolves aren't usually the same color brown as Catherine's VTuber model. It's not as common. Whereas foxes, I think, come in that color a little bit more.
I mean, I
So
did look at the
that's where
red
my-
cloud with like the Japanese background, and I was like, oh, Akatsuki, Naruto. I'm showing
Yeah.
that I'm a weeb.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, you know?
Red wolves are endangered, so that's
Exactly.
that's why you don't see a
yeah.
lot of them.
Or kitsune, isn't that right? Am I thinking the
Kitsune.
right word? Kitsune.
Those
Am I
are
thinking the right word?
foxes.
For fox?
That's
Fox
Japanese
spirit?
foxes.
Yes, that is the right
Okay. Ah, that's it.
Kami.
Okay.
Kami is wolf.
Ah, okay. Well, you know what?
That's why
we
the
can also
game
learn about.
Okami has like the wolf.
That's a
Oh
wolf.
my god! Oh my god! That makes so much sense. Listen, you know what? This podcast can be very educational at times. All right.
You know what could be more educational? Professor Redwolf streams where she talks about Japanese shit. Go check her out at twitch.tv/Professor Redwolf.
Oh
Teach
my
you the
god!
difference
It's
between
in the
kitsune
name.
and
It's Professor
Okami.
Red Wolf.
Please don't tell me
God
you
damn
just
it.
please,
Oh my gosh,
please
Noctis.
don't tell me you
Oh
just
my.
realized this. Please don't tell me you just realized this. Noctis. Noctis. I thought you were just like I thought we were just judging on the bottom. You legitimately did not realize.
Not a real fan, Noctis. Not a real fan.
He's
Sorry
my
about that.
mod. He's a mod on my channel. Oh god.
And we'll be back after this commercial break. Oh, what's that? What's that? Hooked on Phonics wants to sponsor us and teach us all how to read. Whoa. Whoa.
I'm gonna stop talking for a couple minutes. Go ahead and take over, tFay.
Okay,
I
stop-
keep
stop.
embarrassing
Do-
myself.
Do you want me to kill your camera?
No, it's okay. They deserve to
Alright.
see my embarrassment. That's only
Okay.
fair.
If it means anything, guys, I'll throw myself under the bus to balance out the equation on who's less observant. All right, so for those who know, as many know, for months, I've been opening Pokemon cards on stream. Right?
Okay.
And among these Pokemon cards, there are special cards called Reverse Hollow. And if you're listening, you know, you won't be able to hear me. But basically, it's where the card is really, really shiny. Right? And I've opened hundreds and hundreds of these cards. And in my birthday stream recently, there was someone, we had a viewer in voice chat, and he was pointing out how you can tell it's Reverse Hollow because they have a special pattern besides that it's shiny. They have a pattern on the card. And I heard that, I was like, wait, really? And then everyone was like, you didn't know? And I'm like, huh. I've only been opening these cards for months, and I never noticed that there was a pattern on the card you get in every single pack.
tFay, I appreciate you trying to throw yourself under the bus there, but it's not the same, and I
No,
think
it's
you
not.
know it.
I know it's not. You're
not.
just an idiot.
Yeah, I just thought it was shiny. Yeah, I didn't realize there was a pattern either. I just thought it was shiny in a different
good.
place
So
than a regular
Calophi's
hollow.
basically making me sound normal and making Noctis sound worse.
That's fair. I deserve
that
what
the
you
goal?
throw at me.
Isn't that the goal?
Oh my god. I can't believe I never realized that. Oh
I
my
can't
God.
believe you didn't realize that either.
Because I've seen the name and I'm very familiar with the name. I never thought like, oh, she would have wolf ears. Nope. Okay, cool. I didn't want to assume. Can I make that? Can I make that point? Does that count?
Never
No,
assume
no.
species. Is that it? Never assume
Okay.
species.
Yeah, I shouldn't assume species. Okay, well, you know what?
Shouldn't assume that Noctis can read a name.
No, that's the worst thing. I can read. Apparently, I just didn't comprehend. I guess I see. Here's the like when I see the name Professor Red Wolf, I would see it in chat. I would see it on Discord. I would see it in a lot of places. But now that I'm seeing like Katherine right here, and looking at her like VTuber model in detail, it's different. I guess I never thought of like if you would have asked me before today, I wouldn't have had a guess on the species of animal that the VTuber model is based on until today, and I made that assumption to be wolf. And now you're saying Professor Red Wolf, and it makes a lot of sense. Oh well. You know what? Fuck it. You know what? I don't care. You know what? I'm human. I'm not a VTuber model. I'm human. Look at me. That's my skin. You know, that's my hair. That's me. I learn. All right.
I am still flabbergasted.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I can't even defend myself. God damn it.
Like, holy hell. You just derailed the entire I don't even know what to say anymore.
Yeah, how do we go another 30 minutes after that? I don't know.
So do you guys have any questions about VTubing? Would you like to learn about red wolves? Or VTubing?
I mean, okay. So Calophi said they invented the character for their VTube bundle when they were 16. Katherine, how did you come up with the idea for your VTuber model?
I did not invent the character from when I was 16. That's very creative, though. I created a lot of characters in my life. I
17.
actually write books. Yeah, I write books. So I create a lot of characters. But for this, I just wanted something simple and professorial. So it wasn't really like a deep thought or a background story or specific character like a lot of VTubers where they have a background story. They usually say like where they came from and they have like a little blurb about them and that kind of thing. But I don't have anything like that. So it's more of I like animes with wolves in them. I like games with wolves in them, and I thought that was a good kind of character that is, you do have wolves as, coming up in Japanese mythology quite a bit. So I thought that was a nice connection to create, and you do have these anime characters that you're familiar with, as we were talking about before, that you're used to looking at anime characters that kind of look similar to this. So it sort of smooths the transition.
First, I have to applaud you for using word professorial. Holy shit. That is a $10 word if I've ever heard it.
Meanwhile, I was teaching proofs in my geometry class today, and I was like, why can we do this? And the response in multiple classes was, because math. So, we've got a difference in tiers.
Yeah, they're not different. They're not wrong though. Like, because math, I was gonna say, do you have a favorite wolf-based anime character, Catherine?
I would like. I mean, when you
tFay
say
can
wolf,
probably
and I don't know.
yes.
I
tFay
mean,
can probably yes.
wait, I could guess.
Yeah, you can guess.
I mean, I want to guess Spice and Wolf.
Yes.
God
Okay.
damn it! See,
makes sense.
I guess for 2 reasons, and both of them are cheating.
All
right.
I
All
knew
right.
you would know, though. I knew you would know.
All right. Reason 1 and why I knew it was Spice and Wolf. Out of every single wolf anime out there,
Okay.
1, Professor Red Wolf's character is literally just hollow with glasses.
I don't know.
All
what
right,
that is.
it's the main character in Spice and Wolf. You literally took main character, gave a haircut, put on glasses, and that's her VTuber model.
Yep.
Oh my god, you did! Holy shit! I just googled this. You did, Catherine. Oh my god.
Okay.
I was
2.
like, okay.
All right. Second reason. All right. There's only 2 animes with wolves that anyone in the anime world ever cares about: Spice and Wolf and Wolf's Rain. All right.
Nope. Inuyasha. I call
No,
BS.
that's not a wolf.
Shishomaru.
All right. No, he's not.
Shishomaru.
Humanoids
It's Koga,
don't count.
Noctis Koga.
He's
No,
not.
Shishomaru.
Shishomaru's not a
Shishomaru's
wolf.
a
Sexy.
dog.
He's not a wolf.
Sexy wolf hair. He is
He's
half
not
wolf.
a wolf. No, people do
Shishomaru's
not.
a
No,
dog.
people do not call Inuyasha a freaking wolf anime. All right, literally. And in order to prove my point, I've already seen the word "Wolf's Rain" in the chat, just to emphasize my point. All right. Anyone who watched Adult Swim way back in the day know Wolf's Rain, but more importantly, the only wolf anime that matters is Spice and Wolf. All right,
Yeah,
and
Wolf Children's a good one.
it's literally an anime where you learn about the economy. The anime teaches you
Okay.
stuff. Wolf
That's
anime,
cool.
most popular wolf waifu in all of wolfdom. All right, just slap it on. All right.
See, I know you know.
Your model is literally hollow. You literally have Hollow's ears. You probably sent them a picture of the Hollow to the artist and said, "Make this."
Yes, I did.
And you know what's crazy? You want to know the real kicker? I've never even watched an episode of Spice and Wolf, and I know all this.
That's funny. Wow. Okay, listen. I'm well aware Inu in Japanese is dog. That's okay. I recognize that. Fair. Okay. My question for you: if you ask Shishomaru if his dad was a dog demon or a wolf demon, he would say wolf demon.
In the
All
dub or
right?
the sub?
Would he not? Either. I don't think it matters.
Well,
A
I'm
dog
saying that if it was
implies
the
like
dub,
a
they might-
domesticated
They might
animal.
have said dog in the dub because they're not directly translating, or they might have said wolf because they're not directly translating the Inu and Inuyasha kind of thing. Like they're just saying
but
wolf sounds
yeah.
cooler, and they'll say wolf in the dub, versus like, they're gonna use the word Inu in the in Japanese, which would translate to dog,
Yeah.
even if they meant wolf.
No, I know Koga was the wolf one, but my point is like Shishomaru would not see himself as a dog. He would see himself as a wolf.
Shishomaru doesn't
And I
see
think
himself
that's
as
the point.
anything. Any Inuyasha fan knows that Shishomaru wouldn't give a shit, and he'd just kill you.
Yeah, he's a dog demon. I don't think dog has the same connotation there as we are putting on
Yeah, fair enough.
dog.
I see in the US I would see like if Shishomaru spoke English, you know what? We're in a fantasy world where Shishomaru is in modern day, he speaks English, and we're like, was your dad a dog or a wolf? He'd say he was a fucking wolf. He was an alpha male that you did not mess with.
Are you saying that dogs can't be alpha males right now? All right.
Do you want me to bring my dog in here and show you what a small domesticated dumb
All right.
dog
I stand
looks
by.
like?
Your
I
dog
stand
is
by.
not a
You are
giant
literally,
demon, Noctis.
you are literally
Exactly.
writing fan fiction to justify your inability to acknowledge what a wolf is.
Listen, don't judge my Inuyasha fan fiction, all right? It's pretty good. It is 17 chapters long. It's not yet complete,
Okay,
but it will
can
be
you
one day,
imagine
okay?
describing this fan fiction? You're like, all right, you You can be like, I'm writing a fan fiction, and then you got some people going like, I'm listening, and you're like, it's Inuyasha, and then you're gonna have the people going like, I'm really listening, and then you can be like, it's about Sesshomaru, and they're like, and they're like, and they're like, yes, his father's a dog, and they were like,
Exactly. His dad wasn't a dog. His dad was a wolf. He was a badass dog.
Is the fanfic not safe for work?
That's only chapters 17 and 33.
Okay.
Okay. You have to be
But there was
okay
17
with
chapters, though.
fiction.
Where did the 33rd chapter come from when there was
It's
only
not yet
17?
done, Catherine.
Oh,
okay. I
Okay.
have a job. I can't write this full time. I would like to. Okay.
let's be honest, Catherine. All right, he just starts with the scenes that he likes, and then he just fills in between.
Welcome to the world of fan fiction, tFay. Okay, I'm done ranting about whatever I was just talking about.
All right. Wolf, not the same as dog.
Two different things.
They're the same thing. They're
Not the
roughly
same
the same thing.
Not the same thing.
Same thing.
Not the same thing.
Japanese has two different words for those.
Yeah,
I think
and
they're different.
Ti-
They're
ti-
different
ti-
things.
tigers and cats, like tigers, like little house cats, not same thing. Noctis.
tigers are literally cats. They're just big cats. You know?
They have literally different physiologies.
They are cats, I'm telling you. We can look this up. They're the same in the same family.
No, they're felines. They're not cats.
Feline, cat, same thing.
It's not the same.
I mean, at least this is getting like more of an educated argument versus. Did you know that Professor Red Wolf is a wolf?
Shut up.
I don't make normal tweets. I feel like I'm literally gonna make my first normal tweet just to tag you, Noctis, with that statement with no context.
I think I need scrolling text on my streams now that says I am a wolf. Since we
Oh,
never read
actually,
scrolling text.
this is a very interesting question. And anyone in live chat, feel free to throw your answers in the live chat or your commentary on it. Do you guys like, do you guys, if you see scrolling text on the screen, do you read it? Like, I feel like I've been trained to not read it because every streamer who has the scrolling text, it's always like the recent sub, recent follower and stuff. So
Oh,
it's just
yeah,
like looking
I
like a cool
read it.
effect.
Yeah, I read it when Xeon's had one up. I read his.
I literally never read
That's how I
any.
knew about his
I don't
birthday
thi-
event.
I
Yeah.
never read the scrolling text. It's like the scrolling text
Yeah.
on the news. You don't read it.
Me neither.
Oh no, I always read it. I've never seen one that's the most recent sub or whatever. It's usually an event.
But no.
I don't know what you guys
'cause-
talking about.
All right, Noctis. So you know how? All right. Have you ever watched the news and you see like the text scrolling on the bottom of the screen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now imagine that, but in an overlay.
Okay.
And usually, what people do is I think I have like recent sub, right? You know how you have the name there, and it's like the most
Yeah.
recent sub, whatever. So what people will do is they'll have multiple names, like scrolling through, so you can see like multiple names but fill a singular spot with them not having to manually
yeah.
change it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I was commenting with another streamer yesterday, and I was saying how I was like, I didn't know your stream had this, and they were like, it's on my overlay. I'm like, where? And they're like, in the scrolling text. I'm like, oh, I never read that. Like, why would I read scrolling text? People do that for information like subs and follows and stuff.
Yeah.
At
I've
least
seen that on some
stereotypically.
streams. I read it. Oh, wait. No. It's called a crawl. That's what it's called.
Okay,
It's called a
crawl.
crawl,
My point,
officially.
I legitimately never read. If you want me to read something, you put it on the screen and give me the time to read it. Don't make it run away from me just because I didn't start reading. Like, if I can't read the beginning of the message, I don't want to read any of the message. Like, maybe that's just a me thing.
But no, that's like if you turn on CNN right now and go to their whatever they're talking about, you'll see that bottom crawl, and usually they repeat it soon enough
I
so that
legitimately
if you watch it for a couple
I
minutes,
never read crawls like ever.
okay.
Like to the point where even when you know, for Ed, oh geez, this is hard dating myself. When the Onion was a thing, all right, and for anyone who doesn't
The
know,
Onion's still a thing.
The Onion was it's like a fake news show, like basically where they make fake, like really funny, ridiculous news reports. They're obviously fake, and I watched that for the longest time, and then someone pointed out to me that there was crawls on those as well, and those are even funnier. And I never acknowledged that text because I don't acknowledge moving text on the screen. It like bypasses my vision. I look at it as weird decoration.
Huh. I think you are definitely. I won't say you're in the minority. Yeah,
Well,
I
I'm
will.
legitimately
I
not
don't
saying.
think. I think the majority of people watch it and will read it.
Not
Well,
me.
'cause
I'm with
Catherine said,
tFay.
yeah, Catherine said before that she did. And I'm legitimately. This is why I was sort of asking for live chats opinions too, because I legitimately don't know if I'm in the minority or majority. Like, if that's just a thing. Because like. I don't know. I feel like that maybe it's because it's a me thing. Maybe it's because of how I'm conditioned and stuff like that. Like different people and cultures are used to different types of media thing. Like the new generation wants their information like really fast, right? It's like YouTube Shorts,
Yeah.
TikToks, Vines, whatever. Like if you ever watch Korean television, there's always giant like things appearing on the screen and shit like that, like giant letters. You know, they'll replay a clip like 5 times. And these are like things that you'll never see in like Western television.
I guess because as a sports fan, here's gonna be the thing. If you're watching ESPN or a lot of these other websites,
Never
not
watched
websites, but TV
ESPN.
stations.
Never watched TV stations.
Well, no. What the big thing is, like on screen, you'll have people talking about the latest hockey game, blah blah blah, and in the bottom, the crawl will like roll through the other leagues that have important info. So like this week, the NFL, the Chargers beat the Ravens, blah blah blah. The next, and it'll just cycle through, and then it'll go to Major League Baseball, and then it'll cycle through, and it'll go to soccer, whatever. I guess I'm used to reading that so that I can keep an eye out for, oh, the Chiefs lost to the Ravens this week, or they lost to the Chargers this week, whoever they fucking lost to. God, guys, you are a Super Bowl team, all right? Why are you losing to... Listen, I will lose people. We will lose people if I talk about sports, I think. But I think maybe that's where part of my like reading the crawl comes from. I don't know.
I legitimately never read crawls. It's not even I ignore the crawls. I legitimately barely acknowledge their existence. Like, I don't notice... If you put a crawl on your overlay in huge letters, I probably wouldn't notice it's there.
Huh. I guess
don't
everybody's different.
I also don't follow sports or have a television, so I'm definitely...
Maybe it's people who... Maybe there's some weird psychology that people like me and Katherine who never watched like news reports or sports or things where crawls were normalized. So like we never read them. So then expect us to do it now is kind of like different for us. Where if you are familiar with reading crawls, you're more likely to read crawls on a stream.
Probably.
That's just my analytical guess. Again, I'm not bashing crawls.
That sounds fair.
It's just literally I'm trying to understand the psychology of a crawl. I don't know why I would want text to disappear on screen while I'm trying to read it.
Because like if you're watching the news and they're talking about something you don't care about, like, oh, this down in Florida, a Florida man recently did blah blah blah. Yeah, Florida man. You'll have
Florida man.
Exactly. You'll have that crawl going, and maybe it's for people with ADHD. I don't know.
I legitimately never just watch a thing and not do anything else, which helps. So if I'm like watching a TV show, like even as a kid, like straight from a kid, if I'm watching a TV show, I'm always doing something else. So when that happens, I'm not looking at the screen. I'm looking at anything else but the screen. So I'm not reading the crawl, even if I can like imagine like there's a cartoon happening, right? And I'm watching the cartoon, and then it's like a boring part. I'll look away from the screen, and then they can have like really crazy text going across the screen at that moment. I'm like, nope, not watching. La 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 la. Because
We're back to dubs versus subs.
No, this isn't dubs versus subs so much. Like, legitimately, I never absorb visual content without doing something else at the same time. So if I never am in need, like a crawl has no benefit to me. Actually, like I like your example for the record. I think it's actually a very good logic on why you would have a crawl, but it never serves my needs because I never only watch the show that I'm looking for something interesting. If I'm at a boring part. Did I say something? I don't know if I said something crazy. You all went to silence.
No.
No, I thought something happened. No.
No, I'm just thinking about Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm just getting depressed.
I'm legitimately all right. Can we get some big sports fans to come on the podcast so we can have sports talks with me and my absolute ignorance, like trying to
Can we
fit
talk
in?
about comics first?
Oh, Neurotic X is in there talking about sports right now.
It's literally what. Oh, Noctis, you need to get people who actually know comics outside of like
I know.
Batman.
But that's like people don't read comics outside of DC and Marvel. I say maybe if I say Saga, that might get people interested. Like,
I mean,
but
I know
that's
Saga's pretty popular,
comics are a
but,
tough
like,
thing.
I mean, all the people who are really into comics are probably not Twitch viewers
I
because
know.
they're really into their comics.
They're sitting there
know,
reading their comics.
Why the
I'm sitting
Last
here.
Man came out with a trailer in August. Oh my god, it's so good. I am so fucking excited.
Well, maybe you could meet some comic book friends while you're in Florida and then get them to come on the podcast.
Oh,
Let me make friends in Florida. I just say that I like
specified in the comic book store.
my point is, I'll say that I like The Last Jedi, and I have a feeling that is gonna start some fires.
Well, all right, guys. So Noctis is gonna die.
Really?
All right. Well, he's gonna say
we're all gonna die someday, tFay.
No. But if
We
he
all
goes,
die one day.
if he goes to Florida and says he likes The Last Jedi, he's gonna get chastised. They're just gonna kill him.
Joke's on you. Chastisation is my kink. Ha ha. Oh my god, dude.
Oh, that explains a lot.
How drunk are you?
What's sad, I wish I was more drunk. I'm not. I'm tired. Cause like I go on vacation. Apparently my job is like, hey, we want to be able to do your job while you're gone. Can you get everybody prepped to do that job while you're gone? And it's taken a lot out of me. And I don't know how I'm gonna feel by the time Saturday rolls around and I leave. So we'll see. And
I've definitely been there. I'm sorry.
Can
you've
you
been
say
having a rough
no?
couple weeks.
No, you can't say no.
You can't say no. You gotta train your replacement. Yeah.
Yep.
I took maternity leave for 3 months. Yeah, because I have been there.
Me too. I tried to have a kid. The work wouldn't believe me for some reason. I don't know why. But
But you did have a kid though. You did.
We did, obviously. Everybody keeps fucking messaging me about it.
Well, I mean, we are almost we are basically at the 2-hour mark. If you are really tired, we can wrap things up.
No, you
Catherine's
underestimate
model is
my
kind
ability.
Of lost. You know, she's
26 hours. That is my record.
You know, I'm just trying to give reasons for Noctis to be able to end
Okay.
the podcast.
Okay.
I'm lost in the mall.
Okay.
Someone call my
Oh my
dad.
gosh, you're dating yourself again. Like malls existed when you were younger?
What's a mall?
We still have a mall. It's just most people aren't in there anymore.
Who goes to a
still have
mall
one nearby.
anymore? Mini malls are still a thing.
Okay, legitimately. Side note, I don't know if this is gonna be a full-blown conversation, but I find it hysterical.
Uh-oh.
There was I saw a YouTube video of a guy who he's a big Switch YouTuber, right? You want to say VTuber, wrong letter. YouTuber, and he bought. He was doing a video where he bought a bunch of cool Switch accessories on Amazon, and he bought something called a 100% waterproof Switch case. and
no.
decided to test it by using one of his
Oh.
switches, but not one of the many normal switches. He took his limited edition Mario red switch,
Oh,
put it in the
no.
switch case, and decided to dunk it, fully submerged in water.
Seems
And
kind
he's
of
like,
purposeful.
I'm
How
gonna
did
test
that
it.
work out for him?
Yeah, so he pulled it out and realized that that case was not indeed waterproof. Now, that's not the end of the story. He called his tech friend, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, you should remove the battery, like, because that's the important thing that you don't want to get right?" And so he tried to remove the battery, and he couldn't. And he was watching YouTube tutorials, and it was really easy. But what they don't tell him is that the battery's glued to the switch. You're supposed to like melt the adhesive first before you go through the entire process.
Yeah, you warm it up.
Yeah,
to get,
so
to
he
get
didn't
that
do
adhesive
that,
soft.
right? So he decided
Okay.
to just ignore the heating up, and he was stubborn. He just kept trying to pry it out with different things. A card
God.
wouldn't work. A piece of plastic broke. Metal tweezers. I'm going to throw a disclaimer, guys. Don't shove metal tweezers into an electrical device. All right? It kind of, well, you know, flames.
Exploded.
There were flames. I'm just like, look at this guy.
There's a point where you're like,
It actually
"Did you
was
do that on
such a
purpose?"
big thing. He did this on stream to the point that there were literally many articles about it written about how a famous Switch YouTuber blows up his own Switch.
Oh my god.
Huh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of those tech companies say that. Like, if you try to open this up, it will void the warranty. There's no serviceable parts, I think is what they say, inside the device.
Oh, well, that's always
I
bullshit.
don't-
I mean, it will void the warranty, but you could always do stuff to your device.
Well, yeah,
Right.
I mean, look at the iPhones. The iPhones were the first ones to do it. Now Samsung does it too, where they'll glue the device together pretty much. Oh, and it sucks. I miss the days where you could take your phone apart, you know? I'm just saying.
You know what also sucks? Not checking us out on Patreon. Shameless plug.
Really? I was waiting for a Raid Shadow Legends plug or something.
Hey, we need to plug our Patreon at some point. For anyone who doesn't know, we have a Patreon. There's basically
We do?
nothing on it, but if you want to monetarily support us so that we can eventually use the money to buy something that we don't know what we want yet, feel free to go check out the Patreon.
What's Patreon? I don't know what Kickstarter or Patreon is.
Well,
tFay?
I'm glad you asked, person who doesn't know the difference between a dog and a wolf. Patreon is...
No one knows what it's like to be the sad man. To be the bad man.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw out this.
Behind blue eyes.
If the title of this episode, when it goes live later, is not what's a wolf? All right, I was gonna make it what's a VTuber. All right, can we just change it to what's a wolf? All right, we're gonna put in the description. We'll be like, literally one of the funniest moments in Luna podcast history in this episode. Keep watching to find out. Speaking of, I have to upload the last week's episode to YouTube.
We just need art of Noctis covering his face in a big like face palm. Just like a picture of him to put up.
My endless glass of alcohol is not enough to sate the embarrassment that I have felt this day.
I just-
What's up?
You know how you could feel less embarrassed
How?
by checking out Raid Shadow Legends with our lovely new
Raid Shadow Legends?
wolf hybrid.
How much gold do I get? I need to know.
You get,
I'm
if you sign up in the next 5 minutes, 10,000 gold, 30 mana potions, 18 crafting things, and an epic hero that's already obsolete.
holy shit. I'm familiar enough with the game to know that that's super cool, but not familiar enough to know that I should use that code. Oh my god. Oh, here we go. Are we done making fun of Raid Shadow Legends yet?
We're never done making fun of Raid Shadow Legends until I see
And that's
them
why
not
they won't sponsor us.
until I literally see. No. You want? I'll screen share. I literally see on my activity feed, streamer, you have a new sponsor stream invitation, and I click that. It's literally Raid Shadow Legends, and I say, "Fuck all of you."
Why don't we? We could. How much money could we be rolling in?
I legitimately do not ever want to be sponsored by a product I don't already use.
Yeah, but if it's like $1,000, dude, that's like almost enough to buy a PS5.
No, still
Right?
no, still no.
1/5 of a PS5.
I'll check it out if I don't already use it, but I'm never gonna play Raid Shadow Legends, so I'll never be sponsored by Raid
Son
Shadow
of
Legends.
a bitch! I'll never have a PS5. tFay, you don't care.
What? All right, can we use our Patreon money to buy you a PS5?
That would be pretty funny. And then we'll order it, and then I just won't get it because that is my life.
Now, guys, so
Umbreon's
if
cool,
if
I
anyone
don't
wants
get
to sign up for the Patreon for a freakishly high amount of money that I don't recommend because you can't write it off in your taxes, we'll use that money to buy Noctis a PS5. You had me on recording. If we get enough money on the Patreon for some reason to buy Noctis a PS5, I will use all that money. I will give up my share and just literally buy Noctis a PS5.
Is he crying or laughing?
I don't know. He's not a dog. He didn't know that you were a wolf, so.
Shut up! Oh my god. No, it was just
I
funny
think
the way
he's
the
cry
way you say that.
laughing.
Yeah, a bit of both. No,
Laughing.
you threw me off when you said a freakishly amount that I do not recommend. I don't know why that just struck me as really funny.
Well,
You know?
people like I I always find asking for money on the internet to be very strange, right? Because especially for those of us who do it at jobs, we request people to give us lots of money because we need to pay for things. But at the same time, it's objectively not worth your money to just throw money at a streamer. You don't get things out of it. Like, if you donate
I don't know.
$100 versus a $500, you're not going to get suddenly different perks.
You might. You send me a PS5, you would be surprised what I would do for you on our Patreon. Am I gonna do anything like that for Patreon? No. But is it funny to talk like that? Yeah. You know?
No,
But seriously.
He'd probably do. He'd probably. All right, Noctis will All right. All right. Here. How about this, guys? If someone donates enough money for Noctis to get a PS5 through the Patreon,
Oh god.
I will start
no.
hunting for a VTuber model. So I will spend more money than I would for a PS5 if someone else buys Noctis a PS5. That's
pretty funny.
How ridiculous we're gonna be about this.
Well, you know what? Welcome to Luna Lounge, where me and tFay just take turns being extremely
Wait, did you really? Welcome to is this where we're gonna be like one of those movies that does the title card at the end of the movie?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Luna Lounge. All right, see, roll
me
credits.
and you will walk off into the credits. We'll walk off into the sunset, Professor Red Fox will be there. Calophi will be there. It'll be cool.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, all right? So we're gonna pretend we end the podcast, and then I'm gonna switch screens, and then we'll have some credits rolling, and then we'll come back. It'll be a post-credit scene. I'm just being like taquitos or something.
Oh my god, I like it. Or shawarma.
Shawarma. Sorry, I didn't remember what the word was.
Definitely, come on, tFay. Think of our modern audiences.
I'm legitimately not an Avengers fanboy.
You know what the reference was to, so it counts.
Yeah,
What's
but
a
not
shawarma?
exactly. I don't know, something that you can get in New York City apparently.
Yeah, I don't even live in New York City. I probably can't get shawarma. Welcome to Montana. You can't get shawarma, but guess what? You want a steak and a baked potato. We get that at fucking every restaurant. McDonald's doesn't serve hamburgers. We serve baked potatoes and steaks. Ugh.
All right. I'm clicking things.
Yeah,
right.
don't rant about Montana.
All right. So we do need to start wrapping up the podcast. We all have things to do. Catherine has Dappers to deputize.
Okay.
Oh, I do. Oh.
What does Calophi have to do?
To
I have to make my children lunch for tomorrow.
That seems important.
yeah, see, there you go, an
That's
actual
true.
IRL
That is
thing.
true.
And Noctis has to cry. And actually,
yeah, listen, I can fit that in my schedule, no matter where it is.
We can buy. All right. Now, see, I don't even know what meme is funnier now. Do we focus on Noctis having a baby or Noctis not knowing what a dog versus a wolf is?
That's a tough one. That is a real tough one. That's gonna have to be a decision you make, tFay. Because apparently all you have to fucking say is I'm having a fucking kid, and people will DM me with congratulations.
No, all right. I want on
You
record.
could totally
I did
like
not
make sound clips of him saying
actually
that.
say you were having a kid. I said Noctis is having a baby, and they assumed that Noctis meant you.
How is that different?
Well,
How
if
is
I
that
said
any different?
Jess, there's multiple Jesses. That doesn't signify someone. There could be
Jess-
multiple
no,
people
nope,
named Noctis.
That's Any Adventure Goes. That's Arrow to the Jess, and that is the Tiger. That is 3 different accounts. You can't say that. You have to say Arrow is having a kid, Calophi is having a kid, Yao is having a kid, Neurotic is having a kid, Heavy is having a kid. Take your pick. Point is, you have to pick a name. Like, the second you said Noctis is having a kid, there's only one Noctis in the freaking community. tFay.
Yeah, you know, legitimately, I bet if I did that same bit with another name, they probably wouldn't believe me. I think it only worked because it's you. Because that's the power. Also, keep in mind, I don't try to organize things in this community. I just
I'm aware.
like make it, and they just sort of like exist amongst us. It's kind of like an ant colony.
No. Okay, wait, really quick. We'll get serious for a second. tFay, I'm well aware you don't mean for this to like snowball out of your control. Back to joking.
If I meant to, it wouldn't be
it
out of
fucking
control.
does. You have to watch what you say, dude. All right, you have this power. It's a very dangerous power. All right, shit will roll out of your control. All right, you have to be aware of that. You know, great power, great responsibility. Peter, I'm your Uncle Ben. Hopefully, I don't die. All right, listen. Great power, great responsibility. Wait, no, he's a Spider-Gwen fan. Does Spider-Gwen have an Uncle Ben?
No, Spider-Gwen is not even relevant. She's Ghost Spider now. And she didn't have an Uncle Ben, she died. She just got to watch every single spider in every multiverse die.
That's true.
Oh. That's depressing.
After killing
She
Peter
had
as
to
the
tell
lizard.
the wife of Spider-Man, Spider-Man Noir, whatever you want to call him, that he wasn't coming back. I was so sad. It's like, let me come with me into the Spider-Verse, and then they never come back.
That is depressing.
All right, now I don't know if live chat's trolling right now, so we're gonna end the podcast here, guys. Thank you so much to Catherine and Calophi for coming on and talking about VTubers for 5 minutes.
Why did you guys come on? I feel so bad. We did. I feel like we didn't talk to you guys.
Calophi wave her head.
Yes, she can.
Oh, did you miss me mimicking your yakety yak movements earlier?
I have no yak.
I was like,
no yakety. I was too busy yakety.
This.
This is like not all right. This is Noctis complaining about me. This is me realizing I could just watch the crawl on the screen, right? Because there's something boring happening.
Quick look for the football scores. Was it hockey?
Okay,
I had hand tracking off so that like people wouldn't see me touching my face.
Here we have the
and drinking
Montana
and stuff,
Red Wolves coming behind.
So okay, I want final words. Whoever wants to go first, Catherine or Calophi, did you guys have fun on the stream? Just wrap up your experience so far.
Streaming or this podcast?
This podcast.
Damn.
Yes, this was very enjoyable. Thank you for having me on. Feel free to ask me any questions about VTubing in the future or anything else. I'm here to
Also,
answer
we
questions.
are gonna check
gladly.
on Noctis next later to see how many VTuber videos is recommended to him now.
Yeah, exactly. Just type in Hollow Live in YouTube, Noctis. See what happens.
You know, all right.
Thank you for-
Last note, which I find so funny about HoloLive, if you ever talk to a HoloLive viewer, they're gonna try to profile you with a HoloLive personality. They're gonna be like, no. You seem like you're gonna like this person. It's like legitimately, it's a thing. It's like, gosh. But I digress. Calophi, how'd you find your time here?
Oh, this was awesome. I had such fun. And I would definitely come back if we had other topics and stuff. So just let me know. And yeah, like Catherine said, feel free to come ask me about questions about VTubing. I can screen share and show you stuff if you have questions.
Yeah, guys, and if anyone's listening and wants to talk about anything, believe it or not, we don't have a giant wait list of guests who want to be on the podcast. So
No.
if you want to be on the podcast and literally talk about anything, feel free. And I know what you're thinking. But tFay, I want to be on the podcast. It seems like fun, but I don't know what to talk about. Noctis doesn't know how to tell apart a wolf from a dog from a cat. So obviously we set the bar very low for you.
That wasn't funny. I didn't find that funny.
It legitimately doesn't matter what you know. Come in and talk about nothing, and you'll still know more than Noctis. Also, just a reminder that we will be taking a 2-week break from the podcast because Noctis is going to be having fun making IRL friends in a comic book store and nowhere else.
Have you ever made friends in a comic book store? Let's be honest here.
No,
Temporary
but I also
friends?
don't go to comic book stores.
Why not? I thought you liked comics.
But I can just, yeah, but like I'll literally just get the comic book store like online, or even if I was to go in, I'll grab it, read it, and like bolt. Or I don't really do the comic socializing like aspect. You know.
Okay. No, I was that was like a moment of like sincere like curiosity. Like, really? You've never talked about anybody in comics?
Nope.
Huh. Okay. Okay,
anyway,
well, we all learned something
yes,
today.
See you guys in weeks. Can we get hashtag wolves are not dogs on Twitter? Can we
also get hashtag October 20th, hashtag Scorch and Laz return, hashtag
the return
42069. We got lots of hashtags.
First of all, I'm getting called a neat in the chat. I have a job. I'm not a neat. Learn what neats are.
What's a neat? I gotta be honest.
They're basically
Next podcast.
next podcast. Yeah, Google VTuber neat. See what comes up.
Okay, I'll Google it. But if I get something about a shark girl,
no, that's not the one you need to watch out for. You need to watch out for the Pecora. All right.
What?
The rabbit one. If you ever see a girl with braided hair, rabbit ears, and a carrot, don't watch any of those videos. I'm just warning you. We're gonna end on that. I'm literally gonna hit the stop recording button. You're only gonna hear Noctis reaction. Hashtag wolves are not dogs. Wolves are not real. They're figment of imagination. Noctis loves SPL not Umbria. Bye.